Hello gamers and welcome to episode 394 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for November 6th, 2022. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's going on this week, Dominic?
And it's daylight savings time. This is my favorite time-changing part of the year, not the forward, which is, God, I hate that. I hate the forward.
But it's like you're traveling through time, Dominic. It's cool. You're in the future now.
So, yeah, because I got up and I saw, like, man, I don't usually get up this early. And then I realized, it's daylight savings time. Man, it's been a warm fall, man, so far. Not hot. It's been like, you had these warm afternoons, man, happening here. Yeah. Just like, Jesus, like, I haven't really wore a jacket much. Only
it's been like nice.
Yeah, like it maybe some early mornings has been cool, but then it warms right up. And I'm not. It's like, darn, man, this is kind of. I mean, this is all right. Like, this is not hot, so this is fine. I wish it could be like this all the time.
That's what I've been saying. Exactly.
But yeah, so what's been going on? I mean, there's a lot been going on. Just to do sports quickly because we've been gone for it's been 2 weeks since the last podcast. So, all right. So what we got going on? Sports real quick. Houston Astros are your World Series champions. I know some people don't like it because of what happened in 2017.
Yeah, trash throws.
But there's only about like 5 players that was from that team. All the managers are gone. So I've been rooting for Dusty Baker, the manager, because I felt like he got screwed over with the Nats, and that was his team. And like I felt like he should have stayed there longer to be able to win a World Series with them. But he got it. He's been a manager for 25 years. He's 73, and this is his first World Series win. He's one of the oldest, or the oldest. I have no idea. It's one or the other, or maybe both. I don't know. But it's like. Because, it would be both if it was one of them. Because I did hear that about his age. But yeah, he's won a World Series before, like as a player. So now he got as a manager, man. It's great for him. And like the guy has a process that he seems to stick to, like with writing down the all the stats, that he see and stuff. Like which managers do. But even on the last out of the World Series, he's just right there, like just writing down, like before, like not even celebrating yet, and like he's trying to hold on to the gate as people celebrate behind him.
He's got to fill out his box scores, Dominic. He's an old man.
Exactly. Like he does have what's the word I'm looking for?
Superstitious.
Yeah, because you just see him standing like one place. And for the longest, like he'd be out on this corner, and like you don't see him move while things are going on. It's like, it's just, it's so funny to see him work. But yeah, good for him and good for Trey Mancini, former Oreo. God beat cancer, so that's what a lot of America knows him for. Is for like him surviving cancer and be able to play baseball again. He didn't really do good this whole playoff series. Really, the World Series, I think he only batted like .50 or something like that. But then I guess he done some good defensive plays, and there was a great defensive play he did. I forgot which game it was, but he stopped the ball. Like he got that catch. It was awesome. So he had some his balls. He wasn't great at hitting. Like he didn't do that well, but hey, he got to ride the train to the World Series though. So it's like, good for him. This is for him to survive in those bad years in Baltimore. That was he deserved it. So yeah, man, good for them. And they also, I think the MVP was a rookie for the Astros. And I think he's the first time a rookie has ever I don't think it's not the first time ever a rookie won an MVP, but I know to have like to get a hit in 6 straight games in the World Series. He got a hit in every game. So like, good for him starting off his career on a high note. I mean, man, on the highest of notes. So, man, yeah. Bryce Harper's sort of feel bad for him, sort of, only because he's rich as hell. But him not getting the World Series. I mean, this is his chance, man. Like, cause it's like the Nats got the World Series right after he left, and now they finally got there. I mean, you didn't expect the Phillies to get there. They fired their manager at the beginning of the year. I mean, during the season at the beginning of the year, but you didn't expect the Phillies to get there, and they were the third place team in the division, and they got to the World Series. I mean, congrats on them. I mean, they had two great games, but then the bats went cold, man. Astros pitching was just awesome.
Yeah.
And like, it was one game was a no-hitter. It was like 4 pitchers, but still they had no hit in that game. And it's like, damn. So that's it for baseball. Football, go there real quick. My Washington team does not want to lose, so they are now at 500. But thing is, we all know that they're not going to finish the season doing great, and we're just going to have a middle of the order like draft pick, and then we don't improve on anything. Yeah. So that's the problem. It's like we just don't see like, we're not going to have that big improvement for next year. The only thing we hope for is our owner to sell the team, which let's cross our fingers for that. And Eagles still undefeated. Baltimore won their last game. They played, and they're playing this week, Monday Night Football, Saints. So good luck to them. Mm-hmm. Washington's playing Vikings, so they're playing their ex-quarterback, Kirk Cousins. So yeah. I'm at the point where I don't want them to lose now, because it doesn't matter, because we can lose every game. We're still not going to get probably a top draft pick. Mm-hmm. Because there's still a team that's only won one game, Houston. You got the Lions, who only won one game. You got the Bears, who we have beaten, so we got the tiebreaker over them. They're, I think, a game less. No, they're actually, are they tied? Either tied with us or a game less than us, one or the other. But yeah, it's just like, forget it. I'm just gonna be rooting for them to win, even though I do like Kirk Cousins. I'm still gonna root for us to win. Say shit, baby, at 500, might as well just shock the world and make the playoffs some fucking way by a fucking miracle. So we'll see. All right, what else is there to talk about? I mean, yeah, basketball, a lot of basketball stuff happening. I know y'all heard. Everybody probably know about the Kyrie stuff, even if you don't watch basketball. It kind of goes hand in hand with the Kanye stuff. But I'm not gonna talk about this podcast. If something big comes up later on, I will probably most likely to see if Kyrie returns to the league. We'll see. Like if he don't, I'll definitely talk about it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Other than that, nothing else. Any wrestling news happen?
Nothing too big. I think the yearly or bi-yearly Saudi Arabia event happened just yesterday for WWE, and it was what I've seen of the show. It was pretty good matches. That was headlined by Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns, which apparently is very good. I haven't seen that match yet. Logan Paul continues to impress as a wrestler. But apparently during that match, he also absolutely destroyed his knee, tearing his ACL, MCL, meniscus, all that shit. So it doesn't seem like he's going to be doing anything for quite a while.
All right. So I guess we get to what we were watching. So it was the final season of House of Dragon. But let's save that to last. You actually watched Werewolf by Night?
Yeah. I finally got around to watching that. That is the Marvel special presentation that they put up on Disney Plus for Halloween, basically. And it was a neat thing. This actually feels different than a lot of what Marvel has been putting out recently, or just in general. It's black and white. It harkens back to kind of the more campy original monster movies of the monster from the Black Lagoon and the Mummy and things of that nature. And it was just a really cool thing. It's I think it's about 45 minutes long or so. It's not terribly long, and it just kind of follows the this one night of events of all these monster hunters coming together to win this prize. So I think it's worth checking out. I don't really want to get too much into it. Talking too much about it could be too spoilery, but I think it's really cool.
Okay. spoilers after this, because I want to know, because I don't know if I'll be watching it. Like where are they from in the comics? Like what?
Honestly, I don't know much about really any of these characters. I think Werewolf by Night is a guy that finds himself in like the Midnight Suns kind of books and those more occult things. The same with Bloodstone. I can't remember her first name. She's also in there. And you also see Man-Thing. I think I mentioned him when we had previously talked about this being a thing. Basically the Marvel equivalent of a Swamp Thing creature. Yeah, so I'm not sure how it relates comic book wise, and I don't know if they have any interest in tying it into the MCU at large, but I think it could be cool if they did. It doesn't really give like a set time period as to when it takes place, if it's kind of a period piece or if it's a more modern thing. But yeah, it seems all right.
All right. So now I guess we get into the final episode of House of Dragons. Well, at least season 1. And apparently, they are not doing another season after season 2, right? This will be the last season. I heard my dad told me, he said he saw somewhere online that they canceled, like they were talking about putting more, and it seemed like they canceled that.
I had heard nothing about that at all. I know they canceled Westworld.
Well, yeah, I heard that, but he said that he also saw that when he's looking at Westworld that they are not doing a third season of this one, and which that is good news for me. Like, I don't think you should stretch this story out at all. And I can see this finishing in one season now, because I think they got to the point where spoilers. Well, this before we get spoilers, I did like I like this episode. It was pretty good. Yeah, and it's a good starting point of the war that's going to happen. Like it's like, next season is war. So yeah, you got anything you want to say before we get into spoilers?
Yeah, I just thought it was a very good kind of mirror reflection of the previous week's episode. Like that one, you saw basically all the greenhouse, the high towers. I don't know. I was blanking there for a minute, but kind of all their related stuff and trying to get Aegon onto the throne before everybody finds out about Viserys. And then in this one, you don't really see any of them outside of, a small little bit of Otto at one point. So it works together as almost like one long episode of seeing this family's, what they're doing to basically prepare for war. And then in this one, you see Rhaenyra and everybody on that side. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah.
So now I'm getting to spoilers. What's his name? You said Otto?
Otto, the father.
Otto, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Well, not him. Okay. What's the son? What's the son's name? The second oldest son of the king.
Honestly, I can't remember which one's which. One is Jace. I think Jace is the one, spoilers, who dies at the end of the episode. He's the one that was going to take over Driftmark.
Okay.
Because I think there's Lucerys and Jacaerys, and Jacaerys goes by Jace.
I said the king, not the queen.
Jace.
I'm talking about the second oldest son. Who's the king? Who was the king's second oldest son? What was his name? The guy who killed, I guess, Jace.
Aegon. Not Aegon.
No, I'm sorry. Aegon's the oldest one.
Aemond,
yeah.
Aemond.
So yeah, him.
I always forget they're related to the king. Like, it's such a weird, like, circular family tree. I always forget they're even related.
They're the most normal of the kids, honestly.
Yeah.
The
weird bug girl is the most normal.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, like it's only when she's with the babe, the other Aegon, is it?
Yeah,
technically. So they Okay, so like when him killing his nephew, I I knew that in spoilers, but I didn't know it was like an accident, kind of. See, I
So I
was just
don't think
thinking.
in the books it is.
Oh, okay.
I
So the
think they
books, it
make it
wasn't.
a lot more ambiguous in here. As I don't know if I want to say as the lightning of these characters, but it definitely feels like in the show they are trying to make everyone a little less like just harsh. You know,
I guess.
in this case,
Okay.
it's oh, he didn't necessarily, it wasn't necessarily his fault, but at the same time, it feels like he's going to go back and take claim of this, right? Because like the other option is him going, yeah, I couldn't control my dragon. Like that's not something that dude's going to say. So it feels like he's going to go back and be like, oh yeah, I killed him because
Yeah.
he's a puny little runt or whatever.
But yeah, but it does. I mean, it is an interesting take because it also makes a little. It can make sense this way because it could be like, I don't want to be the one who starts this war.
Yeah, no,
Like-
it absolutely
over
adds
this, yeah.
depth to that character, which I
Yeah.
appreciate.
Exactly. It's like it wouldn't make sense to like just over a little spat on my eye, I start a whole freaking war to destroy the kingdom. Yeah. Like it's like it gotta be a better reason than that. So yeah, because I was kind of confused. I was like, when he was calling the name, say stop. I said, oh, so he wasn't.
Yeah.
He's not trying to kill him on purpose. Okay. I said,
Which
okay,
I will
that's
say in that same regard, like I get the reasoning behind the woman's not, you know, incinerating them with her dragon in the previous episode, because she says in this episode, like, it wasn't my war to start. So like,
yeah.
as much as I was like, come on, you could have did this thing, like, yeah, I'll give them credit for, you know, actually pretty simply just kind of explaining that away and saying, you know, in fitting with her character too, because she very much is not like I'm on one side or the other. She's very much like, I'm just going to kind of, I've got my favors, but I'm going to, you know, kind of ride the middle until it was her husband coming back and kind of deciding that he was going to side with Rhaenyra, that she was like, okay, you know, as a family, we're going to make this decision.
And about him being
her.
alive, because I didn't know about him. What was his fate going to be?
Yeah, me neither.
So seeing him alive, I said, okay, that's cool. He's still alive. I guess because they had to keep a black guy in there. So I was like, there you go. But yeah, so it's this. I really want to see this next season. Like I was like, I'm really anticipating this. I want to see how this war goes, how these fights with the dragons are going to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean that was a cool. Well, it wasn't really a fight, a chase. With the dragon. Like I like the visuals of it, of them flying, like how big the other dragon is, just tower like this. Man, just like in the other one, just dwarfing it. But I'm just wondering, it's like, hey, speed a factor. Like, it's just that he's big, but is he as fast? You know, as these
and
other
it sounds
dragons?
like, from what I've heard of, like, talk of the books and whatnot, is basically like he would have outrun him, but since it was raining, it messed up his flying ability, the younger, smaller dragon's flying ability. So that's what made it hard for them to get away.
Still excuses. Rain has been here all the time. You should evolve.
But you also have him going back. Like, his dragon was out of control too, because he's the one that you know shot a flame ball at the bigger dragons first. So it was it's very much like everybody's dragon's out of control. He went back for more, you know. So they paid the price for it. He got chomped up. Yeah, but it's interesting that it definitely feels like, you know, from what I've heard of the book character, like they have softened Alicent a little bit and more like put Rhaenyra in the position of the hero of the show, or the person that you're rooting for. And even in this, you know, she loses Jace, but she also loses her daughter. You know, she basically has a premature birth, it seems like, and it looked like the umbilical cord was wrapped around the baby's neck. So in one episode, she loses two children, And, she was already teetering on the idea of war, and that just, pushes her overboard.
Synopsis of the book is that, like these people were all like, man, these are some horrible, like hard ass people.
Everybody's just power hungry.
Yeah. But now they kind of changed the tone for it. And for television, I can see that working. Mm-hmm. I can see that definitely working for television. And I am interested in seeing the other way, but I can see that also turning people off too, saying like, man, it's like these people are just all awful. I don't know what they root for. Now you got people who actually debate who they like to make them they're like the hero somewhat, but there's still some debate of like at least the what's her name, Bernice Allison, at least it's her, at least some argument for her,
Allison apologists.
It's just that the people beneath them, they have some questions.
Yeah.
Overall, I really do enjoy. Yeah, I enjoy it. The show. It's not as. It's not as good as Game of Thrones, but it's done differently also to a point where it's not. It's not like, oh, this is like a B series. It feels like it's a decent series. It feel like I feel like a
different take on the structure. Absolutely.
So, and it's okay with that. All right. So there was I surprised you put it up here, the Ant-Man trailer.
Yes, I forgot last week, and then I saw afterwards, and then I never ended up putting it on the notes. Yes, how'd you feel about that?
Oh, I didn't see it, but I just knew you watched it.
I mean, I didn't get much off of it outside of just seeing, a comic accurate looking Kang. I thought was cool, with the blue face.
I'm watching it now. I was kind of watching it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really show me much outside of, them going into the quantum realm. It seems like, they're going to meet up with Kang pretty quickly, and I don't know if Kang's going to be kind of the ultimate villain of this. It almost feels like this variant of Kang that they're meeting up with may actually be looking to team up with them, and then, some other variant may be causing the issues, or some completely unrelated villain.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it looks cool. It does look like it's all taking place in a green screen, but it looks all right.
Yes.
I mean, and it's got that music going there. I don't know the song, this old song, but it looks like it's a cool film. But what's after Black Panther? Is this the next one? What's the next one after Black Panther? This is the next one.
Yeah, this one comes out in February.
Oh, okay. Speaking of Black Panther, because you know when you're seeing it?
I don't. It comes out this week, right? But I'm not sure yet if we're going to be seeing it.
Oh yeah, because I want you when you see it.
Week or what?
Because I want you. I say if you. What'd you say?
I was just saying I don't know if I'd be seeing it before we record next week or not.
Oh yeah. Because I was saying I want you, when you do see it, just let me know how many black men do you see in the movie, because I only see one black man in that damn trailer, and I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, they literally, because all the black men that were in the last movie are dead or imprisoned. That one,
Daniel the Kaluuya, one that's not in there anymore. Yeah.
And so I'm like, is there at least some other new actors?
Do crowd shots of large groups of black men count? No,
they don't. But do tell me they have that, because honestly, I don't need to see that. It's probably with that man. What's his name? What's the group leader name? Big black guy. M'Baku. You'll probably see some of his men. Yeah. If they have any lines, I wonder.
I was going to say, but how many speaking roles are we talking about?
Yeah,
that'd be interesting to see. Because we know most of the characters are prominently women, it seems like.
Yeah. Which it's just a little weird. like it's fun, but at the same time, a little weird because there was quite a few in last movie.
Yeah.
And now you're just cutting them all short. like and it's like, what are we doing here? Like, what is it? Like, you're saying you're doing like, oh, look, it's diversity, but it's like, why is there only one sex though? With the other race. Anyway,
We shall see.
yeah.
I keep my notepad with me.
Yeah, please do. All right, so I guess we get into what we've been playing. So I guess you go ahead, since you only played one game.
Yeah, I haven't really been playing much these past 2 weeks, but I did give Marvel Snap another try just because I'm hearing so many people talk about it. And like early into it, they were talking about mechanics that I hadn't even seen, which I thought was weird. But I'm just now getting to those. I think I'm still playing against bots in this like tutorial-esque gameplay that they don't really surface. They don't say, hey, you got to play this many matches before you face real people online. They don't introduce the snap mechanic, which is basically kind of like a double down. Like you get these cubes for every time you win, and if you snap, then you get like 2 cubes instead of 1 cube if you win, but people can also retreat, so they only lose 1 cube instead of losing the 2 cubes. Basically, there's a lot of mechanics that I'm not even feeling like I'm interacting with. Like now that I have the ability to snap, I basically just snap immediately every match. Well, I give it like a round and then I snap just to see like if I got cards that I can play. Because there have been a couple of times where it's like, okay, each round, there are 6 rounds, you get 1 more playable power unit or whatever, and each of your cards is a certain power unit cost. So for example, like the first round, I have Hawkeye, who has 1 power and 1 like attack point. And then 2, I have somebody else that has 2. But sometimes I find myself in a position where I have nothing I can play that round. So then I feel like less confident that I might win. The thing I do like about it, as opposed to like most of the other card games I played, like Hearthstone being the main one that I actually got into, is like you're not attacking other cards necessarily. You're not doing damage and taking them off the playfield. It's basically like you're just trying to get the most attack points, the higher number in a specific zone. There are 3 different zones. Some of them have different kind of not criteria, like modifiers, basically. Like, hey, if I put a card down in this zone, I'll get +2 power to each of my cards that I put. Or I had one the other day that was like, if you put down, or every card that you put down in this zone after round 4 turns into a Hulk card, which Hulk has 12 power or attack points. So that's a very strong card. You can put down 4 cards per zone. I'm still struggling with the aspect of like, do I want to play a thing on my phone? A lot of times, honestly, I'd rather just like look at Twitter or watch a YouTube video in time that I'm looking at my phone, or look at Reddit or something like that. I'm not getting any like super satisfaction or like super draw to it, and it feels fine that it like every match, even if I lose, I feel like I get something out of it, but I don't feel like I'm actually getting anything out of it. It's only if I'm going to continue to play the game, and because I don't have the draw necessarily to keep playing the game, those 2 things aren't bouncing off of each other to keep me locked into it in the way that I think it does with a lot of people. So it's fine. I've played more of it than I maybe thought I would after the last time we talked about it, but it's still not a thing where I'm like, man, every minute I'm away from it, I'm thinking about it. Or like even now we're recording the podcast, I could probably be playing it at the same time. Granted, it would probably be distracting, but I don't have that draw. So it's just kind of like, it's there right now. It seems very popular. They seem to be doing big things with it, but I have very little interest in playing it to a level of depth that I hear a lot of people talking about it, like interacting with specific game mechanics or like playing against other people in the way of like, well, if they snap, then do I snap at this round or do I wait until this round? That's never been a thing that I've ever been big on, like the meta of a game. And then looking at like the season pass stuff where I'm paying like $10 to get a card or something like that, that's absolutely something that's just going to force me away from it, if anything. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. I'm on the fence about it, but so it seems like a well-made game.
Yeah, compared to Hearthstone, like, what do you like better?
Hearthstone might have just hit me at the right time. I definitely was more enthralled in Hearthstone, but then once like they added buying cards and stuff like that, it was very much like okay, I'm falling away from this, even though that was added at the same time as like the more single player focused stuff, which I would have loved to have given a shot, but it still wasn't a game that I was like, oh, I want to put money into this. Yeah. Because for me, like those types of games, especially when they're multiplayer focused, or competitive focused, I guess I should say, like, I'm not a guy that interacts with mechanics in that way. Like in most games, I'm just going to be the guy that brute forces things. And if I have to think about it deeper than that for this multiplayer thing to be successful at all, then I'm probably not going to get anywhere with it. And I know that, so I just don't bother putting the time into it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yeah, because it seemed like something. I mean, I think I'll give it a try.
It's worth giving a shot. I mean, it's a free to play thing. Just don't get sucked into the putting money into it or anything.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It may count pretty empty, so I don't know if I could if I want to.
They'll let you take out a loan. Don't worry. They'll like put it on your credit card, your Marvel credit card.
Well, all right. So I guess to get to the games I've been playing, so I'm going to start with these games I played like very little of. I just tried them out just to see how they are. Ghost Song is a Metrovania game that came out on Game Pass.
I downloaded that this morning. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I think this is something maybe Daniel will like. I just played very little of it, and it is very Metrovania ish in that respect.
Gotcha.
But so that's as far as I really can go with it. The shooting was just normal. I mean, it wasn't anything special about the shooting. It was something special. I just can't remember. But I mean, so far it seems okay. I don't know what the reviews are for the game yet. And thing is, some of these games, could they be old games? I just never heard of them before because I just look on Game Pass. So I don't know if this is a new game or not. Is this new?
I think this is a new one. Yeah, okay, actually, I know it's a new one because it's on our new releases list.
Oh, okay. So now this other game, The Legends of Tianding, or wherever it is. This is it's like an side-scrolling action game, and this game, I think this actually is somewhat of an old game. It's just new to Xbox.
I see Steam released 2021 November 1st. Yeah, so about a year ago.
So a year ago. So Xbox finally got it. It's on Game. It's also on Game Pass, and you play as this guy who's like somewhat of a hero, but you like almost like a Robin Hoodish, I guess, kind of guy or something. And I'm only at the very beginning though, and there's a lot of mechanics to it. Like dodging and things of that nature. It's side scrolling, but the art style is pretty nice, very cartoonish. And just excuse me. I think it deals with Japan and what is it? Taiwan? I think it's like I think you're Taiwanese, and because you just got away from the Japanese Empire or something. It's something around that time. Because it's like it's still got, it's old, but it's like you still got radio and shit like that. All right, but anyway, yeah, and then you collect weapons. Like where you fight, you pick a weapon. You pick up a weapon. They're the enemy weapons if you press a certain button, and they can use it against them. Then you have to dodge enemies a certain way, like different type of enemies. It seems pretty fun. Like it seems pretty fun to play. The problem I always got was like trying to dodge like this pouring like poison water or something, and like because you have to press these two buttons at the same time. And sometimes I feel like I pressed it, but I didn't press it at the right time. But then eventually, I think I got used to it. What else can you do? But it's all in Japanese. That's what sucks. It's like like I mean, like the cutscene stuff. Like I have to read it. But the actual in-game stuff, a lot of times, it's just you have to read anyway. They're not talking. It's all text. But I just like when the cutscene. It's like, oh man, you couldn't get like no English actors for this. But so far, yeah, it seems like a fun game, and like it seems like a fun game to try. See if you like it. I mean, I'll see if I can get to it. I just want to give it a shot. I also played Gunfire Reborn, which is also an older game, but I think it just came out on Game Pass though. It's a what's those games called, Dan? The roguelike. It's a roguelike shooter game. You play as a furry, and because you start off as a cat, and I think you unlock other ones. It looked like I saw some cute little bunny and bear. I don't know, but you go through these dungeons, and you have you collect guns, shoot. It's first person shooter, and it feels good. I like it. I mean, I'm playing it. I'm having fun with it. It does grab me like, oh, keep going through, and then you die, but you level up some stuff as you go along. So when you go back, kind of like all the other roguelike games, I should say. So it's pretty fun. I think it got rated pretty well overall. And yeah, I mean, like I say, I'll see. I mean, all depends what between these other games I'm playing. Like if I'll come back to play that one. Yeah. But yeah, that definitely seems all right. And what else we have here? And my cheats aren't working for the game, so I have to actually really try in that game because I definitely try to go be invincible, but it's like beep bloop, like that made like it turned off. I was like, oh shit, that's it. It'll work. Oh, also it's multiplayer apparently, so you can play with other people. Okay. So I might try that out. Also, I did played the new Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed game, and I forgot it was multiplayer. I thought it was a single player thing, or multiplayer as in just co-op. I didn't know it was 4 versus 1, and I was like, oh no! I said this is not what this is what the game was. I just always, for some reason, I did not put that together, but it's actually all right. Dan Aykroyd is speaking for himself, and also what's the black guy name? He's like the owner of, he took ownership of Ghostbusters now. They've been gone for a while, so now it's like they're just starting back up and you're one of its members. And then Ernie Hudson, okay. So now when you go like in the game, playing the game as the members and somebody's the ghost. So I learned how to play as the Ghostbuster. So, and that's how I started out as. I mean, it has the tutorial and everything. I recorded that, but then I played with some people, and what you do is that you get your the ghost reader or whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called, and you go look around for the ghosts, and you try to find like where it's been, where it's the ectoplasma stuff is or whatever, and then you try to get it out because ghosts can form into objects. They can be like a chair or be inside a chair and possess a chair or something and kind of move around or something like that. Or just like you can't notice it unless you have your e-reader. I say e-reader. It's probably something close to that, but the PK meter, I think, I forget. Yeah, I think it's something like along those lines. And then you say, oh, he must be right here. And thing is, you do get charged for I guess dock points because of destroying like just the environment. Because you're a hired gun and like, hey, you gotta pay for the damages. So thing is, you don't want to just be shooting everything because you want to have a good score. So to get XP, so you want to be careful. And also, the ghost can put out some of his like some minions or something to shoot at. But you work together to capture the ghost. Somebody can throw out their trap, and while y'all all are spraying your gun, like trying to hold the ghosts into the trap. And yeah, I had fun doing that. And then I was a ghost one time. Thing is, I did a tutorial of being a ghost. I think I was supposed to go talk to the Dan Aykroyd again, but I didn't because I totally forgot. I kept thinking for some reason, like this is when I was still thinking, oh, it's multiplayer, but it's just co-op multiplayer, and not realizing it was 4 versus 1. Because then I was like, why am I ghost? And I had to learn. Like I died pretty quickly the first time. Because I was like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But the second round, I lasted longer, but I think I still end up losing. But I learned how to put the ability out to get ghosts. And also, I don't know what it does with you making the regular citizens panic that's in the museum. Well, we were doing a museum map. There's other maps of other places too. But because you can go calm them down, you get points for that. Because that's what I was getting most of my points from, was calming down the citizens. You got like do this button pressing thing or whatever. But I don't know what's the benefit. I mean, I know the benefit that you get XP, but I don't know what's the benefit as a ghost of doing that. I don't know if that's like a ending score kind of thing. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm sure it's a score, but other than that, I have no idea. Also, I learned to possess things, so to get into different items and objects to possess. And like a girl, like she did one past me. She didn't have her meter out, so she was just running, like thinking I had turned a corner, I guess. And then I kind of snuck away. It's kind of cool. It's kind of I might play it some more. I mean it actually was kind of fun playing it. I didn't see reviews for this game, so I don't know how reviewers are enjoying the game, but it's all right, and it does have its microtransaction stuff. Because when I left, I had to, a lot of things unlocked, like different uniforms to wear. I don't know what would it be for the ghosts. Maybe it's some ghost. I'm sure there's some ghost accessory to freaking wear, or you'd be a different ghost because maybe I don't know, it could be that type of ghost. Maybe if you unlock different ghosts at different levels, or you buy something. I don't know. What else is there? Okay, I think that's it for the games I played very quickly. Okay, so now let's go back. I'm still playing AI Summoning Files Nirvana Initiative. I'm at the very end. I'm at the epilogue. So right now I'm basically just watching a movie. so I finished the main story. Yeah. It's actually turned out great. Like first, like I said, this started out to be okay. Definitely wasn't as good as the first one. But as going on, the story started coming together. And the big twist is almost like the whole thing, because things weren't making sense at first. Because I was like, wait a minute, this guy was alive when on this timeline. Like, am I still on the same timeline? It's like, what, like, because he's supposed to be. Is like, why is he dead? Or like, why did I see somebody who was dead alive now? I was so confused. But everything was but as the game keeps going on, everything gets explained. And I was like, oh, now I see why it's happening this way. And I was like, okay. Now, the only thing I have against that is that it kind of explains it at the very end, when I feel like it should have been clues as time went on, which I guess it kind of was, but it was, I don't know. It was still a little too confusing because the way they set it up, it wasn't so much of a twist as it's like, you just lied to me. like it was like it's not really. It's because here's the thing. Okay, spoiler alert. Like the chart is just like all the other games done by Chunsoft. Like you have a chart and you have what the different branches are of the game. Like you can go through, and this one is not as many as the other games, but it's still quite a few branches. It just takes a longer time. So the game is. I think the game is. I don't know if it's longer than the last game. I want to say no, but it's still a good chunk. So, because going through it, I'm getting kind of confused. Like going through the chart, based on the chart, I'm like, this isn't right. This person was dead. Shouldn't this person be not alive? Like, it's very confusing. Or like something happened. It's like, I know, is this a different timeline? I feel like it's the same timeline based on the chart. But then at the end, it shows like, oh, the chart, you weren't playing it in order. You were playing out of order. And when they twisted charts like a helix. So like almost like DNA, and that's how it went. And then now everything made sense. I was like, you just that's the only reason I didn't think I was thinking confused because you made the chart look like that was an order that just played in. I don't know if that's so much of a twist, but I mean it's cool, but in a way it's like you just basically kind of just lied. That's all you did. But things did make sense after that. Then it's like, oh, that's why this person was alive and dead. And then I realized, oh, so I was playing 6 years in the future when I thought I was 6 years in the past. And I was like, or vice versa. I mean, on certain things, you thought you were 6 years in the future or 6 years in the past. And it was actually the opposite. I was like, holy shit. Now this shit all makes sense. I said, okay, now I get it. And yeah, so, but it turned out to be pretty good. I really enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the goofiness of it. I love the mystery of it. Yeah, this game was fun. I still like the first one better though. I know I saw some people say, "Man, this one was better." I don't know what they've been smoking, but the first one was definitely better than this one. I don't know because I mean, yeah, I don't know how you like this one better than that. I don't know why. Maybe it's like that. They like that eyeball than the new eyeball. I forgot her name, but she's all sexy and everything. Maybe it's like her. Mm-hmm. All right. So, what else have I played? Oh, yeah, I finished Spider-Man. So, I finished Spider-Man, the PC version, like everything, the DLC. Have fun with that, playing with the different spider costumes. It's cool with those mods, like how they do it. Maybe next time I'll play with the naked Peter Parker and see how that goes, how they roll with that. I felt like I saw some other mod. I'm trying to think of another mod I saw happening. I mean, it's quite a few. There's one mod where they have the metric. You play as the Metacritic score of Gotham Knight. Literally, like they have a mod for that. Like you play as a 6.5 or something. I don't know whatever. Well, that's what it says. It's Gotham Knight in the score, and that's what you are. And then they have one where you play as Kratos, not as Kratos, and I don't know, not as Kratos, as the box art. Like you play as the DVD or the Blu-ray of the God of War game, and you swing it around.
Okay. I think I'll stick with Kermit. Thank you very much.
But yeah, it's a lot of characters. It's also quite a few people like Miles Morales kind of skins too. That seem pretty cool. And I finally found the Scarlet because I know you said you like the Scarlet Spider-Man outfit. I always found it. Like it wasn't cool enough. I always felt like, this is it's definitely white people cool. I did feel like that, and that's why I never really liked it.
The cut off sleeve
then I found
hoodie.
it's like, nah, it's not. I mean, it's just not that way.
Yeah.
But then I found one that's even cooler, and then he has his hoodie up and stuff. So okay, so this I like that. I didn't like it the other way.
Yeah.
And it was also black and red, and I was like, yes, I like that.
They also did a good job.
That was pretty cool.
The newer Scarlet Spider suit that's in that game. That's kind of the modern one, I think, in the comics. It's mostly black and red, yeah.
But yeah, some of these skins were pretty good. It's just that the bad thing is that they were replacing some of the other skins, which I was okay with. It's just that if I wanted to get another skin, it would be replacing that one. I couldn't have them both in the game because they replace the same slot. And I was like, then there are some that actually make their own slots. There were some that did it, but I was like, darn. But I was like,
they need to share how they did that with everybody else.
Integrate, yeah. Can I integrate that with these other games? Yeah. Because that's what I want. I want to have all these costumes. But yeah, see it, and it's itemized very well. Like I said, with my 970 graphics card, this game is itemized very well. And compared to the next game I'm going to talk about, Gotham Knights, which doesn't look nearly as good as Spider-Man, I don't know why this game, because when I go to the GeoForce experience thing, it even says, "Oh, we cannot do optimization for
weird.
this." Like you don't, yeah. And I'm like, you gotta be serious. This game doesn't look near as good as Spider-Man, but you can do Spider-Man, and you can do this. And I put everything on low settings on Gotham Knights, and yeah, it still runs pretty bad. But so I played Gotham Knights. It's definitely like one of the multiplayer games of today, like leveling up and stuff like that. Like you go around the map. I never played multiplayer because like if game runs so bad, I didn't want to play multiplayer with anybody.
Yeah.
So I played single player. You can play all 4 characters. You can't switch them out right away. You have to go back to the Belfry, your place of your headquarters, and pick the character. But what I do like is that you leveling up your character levels up everybody, and you collecting the equipment and stuff that you can change for yourself is everybody. So is their version. So your variant. So it'll be like, hey, this is the Eternal Nightwing costume. That will then, if you switch to Babs, Batgirl, it'll be her Eternal version, and it will be Red Robin's Eternal version. It'll be Red Hood's. So it's like, so I don't have to. They didn't go the route of like, you gotta collect each one for every head, so it'll take you forever. They didn't go exactly the Avengers routes of that. They kept it, so that's pretty nice of WB. I'm kind of surprised. But other than that, like the dialogue is okay. It's not great, and like compared to the other Arkham games, I'm a little shocked because I was like, I never had a problem with the dialogue in these other games. This was kind of. It wasn't like, it didn't feel good. Like, I don't know. This doesn't feel like it was done well. Now in some places it was, in some points it seemed like it's good, but other ways it's like, this kind of sucks. And the combat, definitely not like Batman. And I don't know if it's even a lock on. I don't think you can just lock on an enemy. It kind of locks on itself if you like hit the joystick like to a certain way. If the enemy's behind you, it'll go behind you if you either you can't see it, but it's not really a true lock on, and it's weird. And I'm the only reason to say that because it doesn't feel as fluent. Because I don't know if Batman really had a lock on, but it just felt fluid enough where you can go to each enemy. This doesn't have that. It doesn't feel as good as that. And yeah, I don't know. It's just simple. It just feels very simple. Like if this is before Arkham Knight games, it would be okay.
Right.
But I felt like it kind of feels like a downgrade from them. And if you want to maneuver around a city, you do have a grappling hook, but it's not as good as like Batman grappling, and then you go glide. You don't get the gliding abilities until later on in the game, and you I think a certain level or a certain point in the game, and then each person has different ones, and certain ones don't feel as good as the other one to me. I'm going like Barbara Gordon gliding is probably all right because it's closest to what Batman was, but the teleportation of what should we call it? What's Red Hood's name?
Tim Drake.
Yes, Tim Drake. Yeah, of him, he can teleport himself, but it just doesn't, like, I don't know. It's not to say, like, I just want to go speedy. I don't want to go pick a part of the map where I teleport and then pick another part of the map and teleport. Like, if I can go faster. Now, they have bikes, but now this is partly because of my machine, though. I do not like riding a motorcycle because it seems like there's a lot of pop-ups with that, and there's a lot of slowdown with me riding a machine. It's almost better for me to be in the air to like traverse places. So it's probably is better to be on a bike. But then again, I like going around the city because I like Batman. I hated really being in the Batmobile. I mean, the Batmobile wasn't horrible, but it wasn't. I'd rather had just grab around the city and float to places or fast travel. If that goes where it costs town. I didn't want to drive there. I was like, well, I'll just hit the fast travel button then. And you do unlock fast travel later in the game. Then you have these missions, which, like, you have the big missions, story missions, of course, which I wonder how the story missions work in multiplayer. Because it'd be in some condensed places. And I'm like, is it really 3 other people with you around here? Are y'all going these cutscene stuff together with this? I don't know. Now, the stuff on the map where you're just fighting, like you got like, oh, this is a group of bad guys, stop them from hacking this terminal, or hey, these people robbing the bank, stop them. Those things, I definitely can see how multiplayer would work with that. I said 3 other people. I forgot. It's 2 players. It's only a 2-player game.
3
right?
total. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, it's 3. Oh, it's only 3-player game. It's not a 4-player.
I think
game.
It's all. Yeah, I think it's only 3-player.
Oh, okay. So your Zora's going to be missing one person. I mean, one of the guys will be, I guess, back at the hideout. Why did this come up on my Chrome? It came up Oh, this is watching the football stuff. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. Like it looked like a game that had potential to be something a whole lot better, but it's still stuck in some of the old stuff. Like I said, if this game probably would have came out years ago, I think it would be definitely a higher score, at least like maybe in the 8.5 ranges on some sites, or where some reviewers would take it. But it's been things done better. I mean, hell, Arkham's been better. And I'm thinking like what people would talk about when they went multiplayer, if they ever talk about like Arkham, they still wanted to be like Arkham.
Yeah.
Like the Arkham games. Maybe a little more action, because it's not a lot of the detective stuff you do, but still, it just doesn't feel good. And then it's like a leveling up system thing, and which I don't really care for in this type of game.
Right.
Like, or I mean, like, I wanted to be like how Spider-Man is leveling up like yourself, but not that. Oh, I can wear these, put this gear on now. Like, I don't want to keep. Like, the only gear I just want to chase costumes. You know what I mean? like that's, I just want things for cosmetics reasons. I don't want it for, like, oh, this is stronger or something. I just want, like, to have the abilities. Like, I'll level up and get abilities. That's as much as leveled up I want. Like, well, just like Spider-Man. I don't want level up and, like, oh, I can wear this costume or something like that. Nah, I don't know. Because now you're getting to that range that's too close to like Destiny and them, and that's what I don't want. I don't want those type of games anymore. Not in this type of game. Not in this game. Like this game, I don't want it in. It was something else with this game too. With also like if you get certain gear, now they do give you the ability to change it to something you like. Because like maybe I got this gear and it's set on like the Eternal Nightwing costume, and maybe I don't like that one. Yeah. I want to change it to the Teen Titan Nightwing or something like that, or the Titan Nightwing, and so I can change that. The problem is if you change from the original one, you can't customize it, because you can customize the colors and stuff on the original, but you can't change it. To me, that doesn't make sense, because
it doesn't make sense.
I can get a Titan gear, and I can customize it if it's base Titan gear. But if I change it to an internal, I can't customize it. It's like, why not?
So weird.
It means it's there. It means it's there. So I'm like, why can't I just customize the color? And then the colors are locked, which that pisses me off. And it pisses me off because it be like when you unlock a new color, it's not that much different than what the original was. It's like, oh, this one is the original Nightwing color. Then you got ones like, oh, darker blacks and darker blues. I was so pissed. I was like, you fucking shitting me? Like, dude, just give me something where I can just, if I want to go out there as like a pink Nightwing, right, I can go out there as a pink Nightwing like, and then go around. I was like, get the hell out of here.
That's crazy.
Like, it's different. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I'm getting now to a little tedious. I played a lot of this, but now I'm getting a little tedious of doing these side missions. Like, I want something, when I do these missions, I want some story to build up because of it. But I think I got to the point where now I'm at the point where this is the part of the replayability stuff. This is the stuff where you're supposed to be like, hey, go play with some friends and do this, and see I could do stuff different ways. Now I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna go through the story, and the bad thing is that the story doesn't level up with you because I'm up here fighting like the owls, and they're like level 12, and I'm level 30. And I was like, God damn! I said I'm gonna go mow through these guys. But yeah, this game I definitely not recommend it. For a full price, it's definitely. If you can get it for cheaper, half price, I don't know. Maybe I wish there was like a demo or something you could try it. I definitely saying like, yo, if this is like a $20 game, I can see people trying this out.
Yeah,
20 bones. But yeah, full price game, nah, this ain't it.
Yeah,
and I wonder, like they talk about how well the thing is that the Xbox Series X is holding it back, which I mean, I think that's an excuse, and that's something your company didn't put money towards improving it for that. Because I'm thinking like this thing should be optimized for my 970. If Spider-Man can be optimized for 970, this can be optimized by 970.
I mean, Warner Brothers is going through like so many turmoils right now. Like, who knows who made the decision to basically just say like this is ready to go
Bugs
out?
Bunny did.
But
Bugs Bunny made a decision.
I figured it was LeBron James. I do real quick want to correct. It is only 2-player online co-op, but there is going to be a 4-player heroic assault mode that comes out November 29th.
All right. So I knew it was something that people were upset about the co-op because they're saying, "Oh, you can't play." But yeah, 2-player. Okay, so I guess I'm curious. I gotta see a video. I want to know those single-player ones because when I first started the game out, it was like you cannot join multiplayer at this point. So maybe that's because that's probably like the tutorial part of learning the game. Right. I wonder if the story missions, how that work. Or like in the cutscenes, like will there be you and another character? Because these cutscenes really, they have you. I mean, it's still in-game engine cutscenes, but still it's like they only talk to one person. Like Harley Quinn was only talking to Nightwing when I was Nightwing.
Yeah. I wonder if you're just seeing them talk to your character, or it's floating around in the background,
or if they really put it like they have it like, oh, it's you and Red Hood here. If they can go into that work, goddamn. I mean, I'm good for you guys for that. Kind of sucks because the rest of the game could be better. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious about how it goes because this is Batman's dead, and so it's like, man, this is different. And like the Court of Owls are new. In this universe, Court of Owls are not known. They don't find out until after Batman's dead. So it's almost like the Court of Owls like, oh, we're taking advantage now because we got, he's gone. So now we can take over the city. But yeah, and I also like the little things they got. I do like the little things they got. Like emails, like you got 8 people emailing. Each character has they have some set of group emails that you get, but then like some personal ones that from other people from like other comics, like people you probably know, like Red Hood had Arsenal email them because they were together as the Outlaws.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, hey, me and Corey, Corey Starfire, because she was part of Outlaws too. So we can say, I know you feeling bad, man, and hey, man, we can hang out and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Then you got like, they got those little things in there. That's pretty cool. They also have these little cutscenes, these emotional cutscenes about like missing Bruce and stuff. They are, some of them are all right, but some of them are just it's like whatever. But it definitely could be better. Definitely do not recommend it at full price. All right, I think that is it as far as what I've been playing. So I guess we'll take a quick break when we get to the flashback segment.
All right,
and we're back. And then we're flashbacking to 2012. So now we're going to do a little bit of October before we get into November, our new month here. So we're getting past Halloween here. So we got a few games to discuss. We got Assassin's Creed 3. We discussed a lot of that before. So because it was on the cover and how it was one of the probably most anticipated Assassin's Creed. It's it probably was the most anticipated Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, coming off of 2 being so huge.
Yeah, exactly. And then it just waned. and kind of waned. And then it got back up for Black Flag, but Black Flag it didn't. Then anticipation was big for what was the next one? Syndicate or what was it?
Was Black Flag? Black Flag was before the French one, right? Because I think it was that one next, and we were all excited for that one because that was also like the next gen one, and then that one just crapped the bed completely. And then Syndicate was the one after that, and it kind of snuck out as like the good one.
Oh yeah, what was that called? What was the French one called? Unity, right?
Unity, yeah, yep.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah, because after going for Black Flag, which was really good, and that was between generations because it came out the old and new, and then then Unity, people were expecting big things from that, because it's like, oh, Black Flag, that whole ship stuff was all great and stuff. It's like, oh, they're gonna get back in order. Yeah, it's like it's the French Revolution. Oh yeah, this is huge, and it didn't turn out so great. Technical difficulties was really the big thing. With that one. Because I still, to this day, I still have nightmares of that, seeing that faceless man, and this is
just eyeballs in a mouth floating.
Yeah, all right. So what we got? We got Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, which is the Vita game. If you know anything about it, you can say it because I don't.
Yeah, it was basically the first time you saw like a full blown Assassin's Creed game that they were able to pull off on a handheld console. I feel like there was more to it depth-wise as far as the story goes, because I think you played as a black woman, but it was like, I guess, I don't know if it was post-slavery or why you weren't, it wasn't more focused around that. I think you were basically adopted by a white family or something like that. I didn't get very far into it, but it was all like because it came out at the same time as 3, and I kind of fell off of 3. Liberation I was more into, but I still ended up bouncing off of it probably because it was on the Vita. I know since then it's come out as like an HD remake on other things. I'd like to maybe see what there was to that, because there was like a costume changing element to it where you were sneaking around as like, when I put on this costume I fit in more with the rich elite of the area and things of that nature. So I wonder how like well written that actually was, or if people don't really talk about it because of it being kind of like this is tonally poor, because I know the Black Flag DLC was well received because it dealt with some of the race stuff seemingly pretty well. So it was surprising that it was an Assassin's Creed game that ran fully basically on the Vita. It was designed for the Vita. Then eventually came to systems that people owned.
All right. So now we got Need for Speed Most Wanted. This is like the, not re-release, but bringing back Most Wanted, because that was one of the most famous Need for Speeds, and now the new iteration of it coming out on everything. And how was this? Because I actually don't remember.
I think it was relatively well received, but it was still not great. It was made by Criterion, and I want to say it was the first one that Criterion like took over. They were the guys that made the Burnout stuff before they got purchased by EA. So yeah, I think this is probably like peak most Need for Speed in the modern era, but that's not really saying much, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got an 84 on 360, 86. Okay. They got an 86 on Wii U. PS3 got 84. 78 on PC, and then you got the iOS got 82. Vita got 79. I mean, yeah, it was all right. I guess it got all right scores. But Need for Speed is it just feels like now it used to feel like it was its best times were the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube.
Underground is definitely the pinnacle for me, at least.
It seems like that it was that time, and now it's kind of now with like games like Forza and these I mean, I guess people say you only got to choose street racing, but I feel like Forza covers it.
Yeah, Forza Horizon absolutely covers that stuff.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know people now, unless you're a guy. I mean, apparently y'all don't care about like a story because it doesn't seem like the Need for Speeds are doing much with that. Has been doing that well. Even when they have like a story to element to it, which I do. I wouldn't mind a story if it still had the same kind of elements as Forza Horizon, though. Mm-hmm. like if I could rewind, if it had that, I'll probably be more inclined. All right. So what else we got here? We got WWE 13, and so why we got this one up here? What's so good about
because
this?
CM Punk's on the cover.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason. I was looking at it and I was like, oh, I wonder if there's anything to talk about for this. And I saw the cover of it and I was like, yeah, I have to at least mention that because, yeah, here we are, sort of 10 years later because 13, but it is 10 years later from the release of this game. And CM Punk came back and left in that short amount of time.
Yeah. And is he still on AEW?
He has not been on AEW programming since the brawl after All Out. Neither have the Elite, but they are starting to tease their return now. It sounds like by all information that we've heard, which is nothing official yet, but basically CM Punk is going to be bought out of his contract and we're never going to see him in AEW ever again.
Darn, man. So is it like maybe it's you kind of thing? It's
100% him. We've known it was him the entire time. He's never going to acknowledge that. Allegedly, there were more details that came out that Chris Jericho told him that he was a cancer to the locker room and that he did not want him there. Following the media scrum portion of the All Out situation. And I think that was before the actual fight went down.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's the next game we got here? We got Painkiller, Hell and Damnation.
Yep.
So what is this? A iteration of the Painkiller series or something? Or
I think this was the sequel to the first Painkiller, which it felt like kind of a big thing. It was a return to like a Doom or a Heretic style game, a more fast-paced first-person shooter as we slowed down, with console games, I feel like. And it was really cool because you would have stupid weapons like a spike shooter that would like pin people to the wall and stuff like that. So I don't know that the sequel did anything particularly special, but I just wanted to highlight that because Painkiller seemed like a cool series.
Structoid liked it, and they seem to be the only ones though.
Shit.
Because it got a 53 on Metacritic for 360. 64 though on PC though. It got a higher score. But a 40 on PS3, good God. Maybe it was some technical stuff with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, well, I mean, GameSpot gave it a 7 out of 10, 7.5. IGN gave it a 5 out of 10. Darn. Yeah, they did not receive a check from them, did they? All right. So what else we got here? Well, that is it for 2012. So now here's a few games for November. Well, no, 2012, October, I should say. Now we're in 2012, November, new month. And we start off with, hold up, let me make sure. Okay, I got too many games up here. So some of these games I'm not going to be saying. I'm not saying this one. I'm not saying this one. And yeah, okay. All right. So yeah, there we go. Now we're going to go through it. All right. So we got here Little Big Planet karting. Little Big Planet had his kart racing game, which is like, wait a minute. Hey, didn't y'all have Mod Nation Racers?
Yes, they did.
But I guess they saw like, oh, that's not doing too well.
Gotta put our mascot in there.
One.
Sackboy.
Yeah. And now I don't know I'm curious what the rating was for Mod Nation Racers. Because this guy 73 on Metacritic. I want to know if this is a higher Metacritic score than Mod Nation Racers.
That sounds right about where it was. I feel like Mod Nation Racers also suffered from like long load times and stuff like that.
It says 7.4
on IGN.
Mike Jackson from machinima.com gave gave the game a 9 out of 10. Darn.
Oh.
He's saying the solid racing core laid out by Mod Nation racers combined with the universal creativity, variety, and charm that the LBP franchise is known for makes for a karting game with near limitless potential and unrivaled multiplayer racing.
I am shocked at how good the Mod Nation Racers reviews are. Metacritic has it at an 82, but some of these scores, you've got Game Informer with an 8.5, GameSpot with an 8.5, Giant Bomb with a 4 out of 5, IGN with a 9 out of 10. Like, that game was more well received than I remember it.
Yeah, because I always thought what the problem was, like the load times were bad, but I think that's why I stopped playing. Yeah. I think I had it for free or something, and I said the load times were taking too long, and maybe that was the only problem then. And then if you got past that, it was okay, but I felt like that was egregious though.
Yeah, that's a big thing to try and get past.
Yeah. I mean, I love the idea. Well, all these races still, I love that idea. It's like, yes.
Kart racing, but with all customizable levels and all that shit, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, so this is not as good as Mod Nation Racers, apparently. But I guess
But it had Sackboy Dominic, so.
Yeah, so they thought Sackboy would do it. I mean, I'm curious what the sales were for this game. All right. So, what else we got here? We got... Okay, I guess one more to say. And it's Halo 4, man. Halo 4, Xbox 360.
That's pretty big.
Came out 10 years ago. This is the first big Halo game to be released by 343, not counting the remake of 1. So this is their first new sequel. And now, you got some people out here who don't like it, but overall, the reviewers liked it.
It's the best Halo, Dominic. I'm going to say it.
It got an 87 on Metacritic. I mean, I'm looking here. The lowest score I see is an 8 on CVG, which is computer and video games. And Edge Magazine gave it an 8 out of 10. But other than that, like everybody gave it a good score, and I liked it. I mean, visually, it's like one of the best looking games on the Xbox.
Absolutely.
And I love the shooting. And now the enemies I was kind of a little upset with because I was like, these look too close to.
I love those Metroid Prime enemies. Yep.
Yeah, Metroid Prime.
That game was strong Metroid Prime vibes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even the aesthetic and stuff, it, like just looking at, it did. It really did. When Metroid was in like the futuristic stuff of the planets it was on, and not the ruinous stuff. It did have that kind of feel. But I mean, from creative standpoint, I didn't like, but they look good. But yeah, it was. I liked it. The story was probably even more confusing than I ever seen a Halo game because I really don't understand it. Like between Halo 4 and 5, like the story was just, I don't know what the hell is going on. But I love the shooting. I love playing. I mean, I love the shooting, like fighting. The multiplayer was fun to me. Yeah, I know. Look, maybe you got some Halo fanatics who they just hate this. It's like 343 ruined it for them. It didn't ruin it for me. All right, so I mean, I'm not gonna argue with that. Look, but like I enjoyed it. It felt like a better Halo to me. This game. I mean, like the overall package, I still like maybe reached the most. I still like reached the most as an overall package. But I mean, this Halo 4 game, I enjoyed it a heck of a lot. I think it had some like those ability stuff added to it also, which was coming along with Reach, and they kind of went forward more with it. I don't think it wasn't until 5 where they had like a run button that you can, like you actually have a run button instead of like just an ability to run.
This didn't have look down the scope, did it? That was later.
Nah, this one didn't yet. It was 5. I believe 5 was the first one to do that. But I really like the game. yeah, it was fun. It was fun to play, and like it was at the tail end on the 360. But it really, like graphically, it really showed like the power of it. It's like, wow, this looks really good. Like I was a little shocked how good it looked. Yeah, so that is it for 2012. So now we're going back 20 years to 2002, and we're starting off with Sudoku 3. Yes, Sudoku is a big RPG where you can play as like hundreds of characters or something like that. Like it's always a number like 100 and something because it's supposed to be based off some story or blah blah blah. But I played the first one because my sister had it because I don't know how she got it, but she's not into those type of games. And technically, I wasn't at the time into that type of game because when I put that game in and saw those graphics, I was like, this is like a Super Nintendo game. I'm not playing this. And I didn't. I put that down. I was like, I got Final Fantasy 7 and stuff, man. What the hell? I'm gonna play a game like Super Nintendo. But this was. But then later on, I started seeing sequels and seeing how popular it was. I was like, oh, this was actually pretty good. Maybe I should have gave it a shot. I actually did. I did give it a decent shot, but still, I was a graphics whore back then. I believe like games had to look a certain way for me to play.
That's what I bought a PlayStation for. 3 dimensions.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, this is like the first one. This is the first one on the next generation, the PlayStation 2. It got, how did it well received? They got 86 on Metacritic. Yeah, it was pretty well received. Like Game Inform, I do remember Game Inform giving a 9.5 because even I was thinking about getting my hands on this. But I didn't. And Edge gave it a 6 out of 10. Good God. They were angry. And EGN gave it a 7 out of 10. 9.1 on GameSpot, 7.8, 9.4 on IGN. Yeah, it seemed like it's kind of, I'm seeing 9s and then 7. Like, yeah, it's quite a few. It's like, it's mostly high though. It's a kind of few scores that are pretty downers. I'm curious with the reason why. Like, what's the differences of opinion on that? But yeah, this is pretty big though. This is pretty big because Sudoku on the new consoles. Hold on, I'm sorry, earphone came out. All right, so where are we now? We are at. Come on, picture, get out the way. Okay, I want to skip that one because that's huge. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2003 came out. Yeah. This is still pre-Tiger crashing into a tree. So he's still good.
We stand Tiger.
Yeah, he was still a good guy out there. We did not know about his the fornication stuff.
Marital affairs.
All right, so what else we have? We got Phantasy Star Online episode 1 and 2 came out for the GameCube. This is pretty big.
Escaping the Dreamcast,
yes, because people liked it on Dreamcast. I was still very ignorant to what the hell it was and what you do.
Same.
I used to see.
Still very excited about it though.
I used to see it on the in magazine, so I never saw it played. I honestly didn't know. Like, okay, so what do you do? I was like, how you play this game? It's like, but it was like. People really liked it. It was like, oh, it's online and everything. And when I found out it wasn't no Final Fantasy, even it was like no Final, so I was like, I didn't care really about it. I was like, oh, it's just exclusive to GameCube, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever. It's like they can have it because I have internet anyway, so like it didn't make a difference to me. It's like
that was the thing is this was like the big first GameCube game. You could buy the broadband adapter to plug into the bottom of your GameCube, and I was excited about all that. And then I never ended up picking it up. They also had that crazy controller with like the full size keyboard in the middle of it, which I always thought was insane.
Yeah, that was so.
But now I'm thinking about it and I'm like, that's probably like outside of the weight issue, like that's probably relatively ergonomic because you got your hands further apart. That might be comfortable to use. Might be nice.
But what keys you hitting? You only hit a certain amount of keys, right?
I had to type my messages, Dominic. I had to type you set it down on your lap when you're ready to type and then you pick it back up. It's just there for convenience, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was absurd. It was absurd, but it was great.
All right, so we got WWE SmackDown. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
On the PS2, man. I was pretty much done with SmackDown after the first one that came on a new console. So I don't know how this was. It got an 82 on Metacritic.
I was going to say, I think this
decent.
is one of the ones that everybody praises. So.
Yeah, it's so funny. It says "shut your mouth" and there's no Rock on the front cover here.
I thought you were going to say, and it's funny because there are so few people with their mouths actually shut on the cover.
Yeah, you got Brock Lesnar.
This must have been the time that Brock was in Hollywood.
And definitely.
So Triple H was like, put me on the cover.
Booker T.
Yeah.
Yes.
AEW star Chris Jericho.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going to November. That was last October, people. So now we're going to November. We got Age of Mythology, which is like Age of Empires, but is with the mythological creatures like Zeus and that may be Odin, and that is the Egyptian dog god right there. And
yes, that's
all I have to say about it because I honestly don't know nothing about this game except for that it's like Age of Empires and it's a strategy game.
Same.
Spyro and Enter the Dragonfly this is pretty big because this is the first next gen. Well, ever since they left Asomia, this is like the first big one besides the 3D, not 2D. The what is it called? Advanced Game Boy Advance ones.
Yeah.
I didn't care about it because it wasn't Insomniac, and apparently it's pretty bad. So you shouldn't care about it either because it got 56 on PS2, 48 on GameCube. So yeah, they didn't even bother with Xbox. I guess they said those are for the extreme people. They like their Halos and their Dead or Alive with their chicks and bouncy boobies. All right. So what we got here? Oh, Xbox got Metal Gear Solid 2. This was huge. They got the Substance, which is extra stuff in there. I don't know what it is because this takes me. I gotta go through all this shit to see the Substance stuff. Okay, here we go. All right.
Yeah, I can't remember if that one or it wasn't until 3 where they added like a free camera to actually move around in 3D.
Oh, move the whole thing? Yeah, I'm not even sure. I know they had a lot of the VR mission stuff. I know you can be in tuxedo in this game too. You could play as Snake, I think I want to say, in like the regular game mode. I'm just guessing it's just to be a skin.
Wait, I don't play as Snake the entire time in Metal Gear Solid 2 to begin with?
No, you don't. I'm thinking because I'm looking right here. It says, maybe it's only in training missions. You get the Snake tuxedo. I thought you could. Maybe it was another game. I thought you could, like, as a skin, but I'm not sure. They should have just did that, though. I mean, it's like just to make people happy. No one makes sense for the story. Yes, so the primary addition of Substance is the inclusion of extra missions mode with 350 VR missions. Good God. Set in a computer-constructed environment and 150 alternative missions set in areas of the main story. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so that's why. Because I was like, this don't look like a VR thing. This actually look real. So you can choose to be Solid Snake or Raiden between them. Either of those. So yeah, I mean, it was a good like director's cut kind of thing you got here. Even though it's not really a director's cut, it's really just added stuff because I don't think they changed the main story. But yeah, I mean, it seems all right. I don't think I bothered getting this when it came to PS2 because I was like, I already got Metal Gear Solid 1. I felt like that was good enough for me. I mean, Gear Solid 2, the original one, I should say, that was good enough for me. All right. So, and I didn't learn my damn lesson with 3. I got 3 without realizing like they was going to have something like that. What we got here? Phantom Crash. I don't know what the fuck this game is, but it looks like the robot from
it looks like a mech
RoboCop
game
on front. Yeah, it's a mech game. It got 74. Is maybe one of those lost gems that probably should have came out on the Xbox when it was still doing original Xbox games. What else we got? Okay, then we got 2 huge ones. The big one, huge one, November 4th. You got Ratchet and Clank came off PS2. This is the debut of Ratchet and Clank, the Lombax. This is the first time we ever seen the Lombax. now we see them all the time.
As it turns out, he wasn't the last of them.
Yeah, but anyway, yes, this was like a platforming shooter. So this is the guys from Spyro. So it's like, oh, look, the guys from Spyro are doing a new game, and now just like the guys from Naughty Dog did, Jack and Dexter. Yep. But this game was like a shooter platformer. It looked very colorful, looked really great. I couldn't wait to play this game. Playing it, I loved it. Like I love playing the game. It was pretty funny at the time. I mean, for games and cutscenes and stuff like that, to have like those videos, it was pretty funny. I like Quark. Quark was funny. I like the relationship between him and Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. I mean, going back, it's like a basic, child's cartoon kind of thing, like children's cartoon of the day, which is fine for that time. Like, if this story came out now, it'd be like, oh, this is a horrible story. What the hell y'all thinking? But like for the time, it's like, hey, this is great. And yeah, I mean, this became a huge franchise. It still goes on today. It didn't stop like Naughty Dog did, stopping their damn Jack and Dexter. It's like, oh, we can do two things at one time, says Insomniac. Naughty Dog's like, no, we can't. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank, which I was still a bigger Jack and Daxter fan at the time, but it wasn't until like later in the series I started becoming more of a Ratchet and Clank fan of it. I think because Jack and Daxter, I like the story more than Ratchet and Clank.
Gotcha.
That was really what it was, because Daxter, he was great. Daxter was great, as a character, but then it started like Ratchet and Clank. As I think the third one, I think that's why I was really on board with him. I was like, man, this series is awesome. It was just so great because each game of the series each had 3 big games on the PlayStation 2, and it came almost like year after year after year. It was like, hey, Ratchet Clank came out this year. Next year was Jack and Daxter 2. Then it was like Ratchet Clank 2. It was just like, that was awesome. I was like, dude, I have these games to play all the fucking time. And now it's like, man, now platformers are just Nintendo. And once in a while, I guess, the way things are going, Ratchet and Clank, it'll be PlayStation 6 when we see the next one or something like that. I don't know. Like it's just that they're just not a thing anymore. And even with Ratchet and Clank, it's not even one like I'd be looking at a game, it's like, man, this game looks so awesome and everything. People talk about it, but then it's like, look at sales, it's like, damn, man, y'all don't buy this game? Man, what the hell? I'm like
especially when there's not really much to buy on the PlayStation 5 right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's still the game. Every time I look at a PlayStation 5, I'm like, man, I'd like to play that game. Yeah. But I'm not buying this console just for that game.
All right. So what else is there? Oh, and the big one, the huge one. 20 years ago, Vice City came out.
Never heard
Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah. This was huge. This is most anticipated game.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone. I mean, after Grand Theft Auto 3 really just like came out of nowhere and just took everybody out. People saw it coming, but it wasn't even still the biggest game of that year because of Metal Gear Solid 2. But that word of mouth, that shit was just, Grand Theft Auto 3 was top 10 until it was still top 10. Even when Vice City, I think, came out. I want to say it probably was still in sales top 10, but it was like number 1, number 2 for months after it came out. Like it was just crazy. Like every time I look at the top 10 on the charts, it's like, oh, let me see what Grand Theft Auto is. Oh, it's number 1. Not because nothing came out. And it just took over. And then when things even came out, it was still like number 2 or number 3 or maybe number 1 still. It was crazy. It was like, man, this game was just killing. And then Vice City came, man. Then that's just still on the top of the charts. And everybody loved it. Everybody's talking about the music. It's like, oh, man, listen to all this music. 80s music. Like, compared, like, because Grand Theft Auto, the 3, it had a soundtrack stuff, but I knew none of the fucking songs.
Yeah.
Like, me personally. Like, I knew none of those songs. Like, even the radio station where everybody was listening to, the rap station or something, I was like, I'll be singing it because I hear because it'd be the same songs all the time, so I'll be singing them, but I never knew what albums where they would come from. I was like, oh, who are these people? But this was like real legitimate music. Like, not saying it was illegitimate on 3, but this is like music I actually listen to. I mean, I heard before or I listened to. I was like, oh yeah, it's like the 80s. It's like this is all these old 80s songs I know.
Yeah.
And yeah, just bopping to that, and then the new talk shows were funny as hell, and yeah, and I mean, then you got just the game itself. Like now, your character talks, and there's all these famous actors or actresses talking for these characters. Now I'm learning like Ray Liotta was a dick, man, and Vice City. It was really hard to work with him. But man, but it was great. I mean, it was a great character. He pulled off. I mean, he was already in that.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was cool. And then like even what's her name? Miss Cleo was in the game. She played that voodoo lady. This is before. Well, I always knew she was a fake, but this is before she was officially a fake. She couldn't work no more. Even what's his name? What's the Hispanic guy name that's always in everything with the mustache, the chain, machete?
Oh, Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Trejo. Yeah, he's in the game. I mean, yeah, it was so much fun, and then like you can fly a helicopter and a plane. And then you realize, man, they are really bad at controls with these things. It's like, good God.
The one where you got to plant the bombs is the little toy helicopter. That shit.
Oh God, man, they can all go to hell. He can go to hell, whoever. Like, why? How do you think? Like, after a while, you should have said, no, we got to either do it better or just take this mission out. But I was like, no, keep it in. And they say, keep it.
People don't know what they want.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, then they had like dirt bikes, motorcycles. You had motorcycles because you didn't have motorcycles in 3. This is the first time you drove motorcycles, and you had dirt bikes. You could drive a boat. I mean, you still couldn't swim though.
No.
Yeah, do not jump in the water. Oh man, it was awesome. It was such an awesome time. Like, oh man, I cannot wait. When I got home and got that game on that first day, it was out. I was playing all night. I was tired of shit. Had to go to school. I was so pissed off. Had to go to school the next day, man. Oh man, as many those days cutting school, playing my games. And I was like playing that. I was like, yep, playing some Grand Theft Auto. And it sucked too, because that's when I worked. So even when I came home, I was like, oh man, I gotta go work like tonight or something. It's like, I gotta be playing some Grand Theft Auto and up here working at a stupid ass ice cream shop trying to make money. Stupid job. All right, so anyway, but yeah. You got anything you want to say about it? I know you didn't play.
I don't think it was until the PC version came out that I played it. But yeah, once that came out, I spent countless hours just because the PC version had like custom music and everything too. So I would just pump MP3s into that thing and just drive around, listen to my music. It was great.
Yeah, my friend, because when he got it on Xbox when it eventually came, he was telling me about that and how he was putting his custom music on. I said, yeah, that's pretty cool, except for that I actually like the music in the game. So I was like, I didn't, and plus most of the time after I listened to music a lot, I was listening to the talk radio show all the time. So I was always laughing at that thing. But yeah, because the talk radio show. There was one where the guy was he was talking to LT. Lawrence Taylor, he was a character. He played like a football sports player in the game. But that was hilarious. Yeah, they had so many famous people in that game. All right, so where are we at here? Oh, that is it. That is it as far as new release. I mean, not say new releases for the games of 2002. So now, every month we do covers, and so this is a new month. This is November. So we're going to start with November 10 years ago is Nintendo Power. And what we have here in front. Oh, yes. We got Shantae and the Pirate's Curse on the front. So what was the one I gave you?
I don't remember, honestly. I don't remember any of those. Like I can never tell when I see one on sale whether it's one I've played or not. I think at this point I played all of them. It's outside of like the original one, but yeah, I can never follow the naming structure on those games, to be honest with you.
But yeah, this is one of the early games, and they had when they have women's boobs just shaking on a side-scrolling game.
I just love the fact that they have her this prominent on this cover. And on the little byline thing at the bottom, it says Ultimate Wii U Launch Guide. But on the retail version, the one that was on like store shelves, it was Wii U prepare for launch, like real big on the cover. Not a mention of Shantae. Like
maybe that's why.
I guess they were like, hey, if you're subscribing to Nintendo Power, you already know about the Wii U. You don't need to. You don't need to be sold on it, I guess.
I was thinking the provocative look of her. They want them on the shelves for people
yes.
to play.
Well, on the other one, they have the purple haired lady from Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, so, okay. Oh, they do. Oh, yeah.
They've got representation on there, Dominic. Don't you worry. Nintendo knows what sells.
All right, so what else to talk about? The Nintendo Land, which is part of Nintendo Land.
Yeah, that was the Wii U.
Where's Nintendo Land for the Switch?
Don't give them ideas. It's 1-2 Switch.
New Super Mario Brothers U, Assassin's Creed 3, Paper Mario Sticker Star.
Yeah.
Which, that was the one people hated, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was cheap. That was one of the first Nintendo games I see go cheap on Amazon. Like, where I could easily buy. That's why I was suspicious. I was just like, wait a minute. Why is this so cheap? All right, so what else we have here? So we got the official Xbox magazine. They got Gears of War Judgment exclusive on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember my friends, we all pre-order it, and then we were all disappointed when we finally started playing it. But yeah, I had high hopes for this because I was like, oh, good to have a Barrett and Coltrane game. I mean, I always kind of wanted like DLC where you played as them in the other games. No, you didn't. There wasn't DLC where you just played as them.
No.
So yeah. So I thought that because I was like for 2 when they said it was doing like a story mission for 2. I was hoping it's like, hey, maybe you play as Cole or Barrett like when they were off doing something while you were doing something in the main game. But yeah, so I was kind of excited. I was like super excited, but I was excited for it and a little disappointing. What do they say here? Killer info into the new multiplayer mode that turns friends into enemies. Plus late breaking campaign details and a crazy new weapon. And what is this? The 11 hardest choices, the most gut-wrenching in-game decisions revealed. Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Then you got Star Wars. Oh, 1313. There we go.
Yeah.
Diving deep into this action stunner's dark side. Assassin's Creed 3 and The Walking Dead. The shooter. Oh, so this is so that sucks too. All right. So what we got here? We got EGM. We got Lara Croft on the front. Tomb Raider. This is where the reiteration of her, the revamp, the new Lara Croft, the one that gets beat up by environments and stuff like that and get bruises.
Impaled.
Yes, if people did not like that, they said, don't hurt this beautiful woman. But
she just screamed so sexily, Dominic, while she did it. I didn't like that.
This game, it looked good. And like when I saw those trailers at E3 and stuff, I mean, I was like, man, this game looks so good. And I wanted to try it out. And man, it was good. Yeah. Like it was great. I really liked it. I got here breaking into the boys club. I don't know what that is. What that means.
Is it Lara Croft breaking into the boys club? Because like she was already there.
Yeah, but she's breaking in again. No.
Oh, I think I see what it is. That's like a header for the other 2 pieces underneath it because it's like Amy Hennig talking about Uncharted and then the Frag Dolls.
Oh, okay, got you.
Who were like an esports team, I think.
Yes, I forgot about Frag Dolls. I remember now.
Yeah.
21 Game Reviews. Wii U launch. Are we excited? Nope.
Not many people were.
Borderlands 2. Big guns, bigger fun. Yep, best Borderlands. Resident Evil 6. Dead Again and loving it. Oh, darn.
I mean, Dead Again, yes. Loving it, maybe not so much.
10 plus new previews. Beyond Two Souls. So there we go. A lot of controversy comes with that. Remember Me. Yes. Did not play that. I only played some because it was free on PlayStation 3. They gave it free. And Justice God Amongst Us. Oh, here we go. And Fuse. And Fuse actually was all right. I think, did I ever they came in a Fuse 2 or like a Fuse subtitle?
Which one is Fuse? Is Fuse the Insomniac game that was bad, or is Fuse the like DJ game?
I thought Fuse was a damn bike racing game. Okay, wait a minute. I got to put Fuse game because I just came up with Fuses. Oh shit, Fuse. That's right. That is the
Insomniac game.
Game. Yeah, the one that used to be. I think it was Overstrike.
Yeah,
and then it changed the name to Fuse. Holy shit! I totally forgot about this. The best Insomniac game. That's just got lost. That's all right. So where we at here? So that is it for 2012. So now we're going back 10 years to GamePro, and what we got here? We got Tony Hawk is on the front. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, and man, look at him go.
Look at that beautiful CG model.
Okay, what is that? A branding? Is Cricket brand or something?
I'm sure it is. I'm not familiar with it, but it's got to be. It's Nestle Quick, right. Dominic.
Okay. They got the first looks of Grand Theft Auto Vice City in this magazine. They also got Halo 2. Look at that, showing that off. Darn, but we're going to come to the 20th anniversary of Halo 2. We got Turok Evolution, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Angel of Darkness. One of the hidden gems of the Lara Croft world that people love. Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. Game Boy Advance. No One Lives Forever 2. NBA 2K3. NBA Live 2003. NBA 4. And even, I said NBA. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. And you got this magazine is read by 3.3 million gamers each month, Daniel.
I need to read this part, Dominic. Choosing a career in gaming. Take this job and love it. Part 2.
Where the hell is there it is. 2. What is that? Super Mario Sunshine. You got Resident Evil 0. Well, that's pretty big. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. We talked about that. They got a lot of stuff that's already been reviewed, and stuff we always say come out. Yeah, a little late in the game, bro. Yeah, step it up.
Yes, the first look at Grand Theft Auto that's already out now.
Yeah.
Even though at the time of publishing this magazine, that wasn't the case.
You know what? That's right. That was last month. That was last month when it came out. Okay. Okay, I feel sort of bad, but not that much. Not that much.
No, not that
much. All right, Nintendo Power. What we got here? We got Metro Prime on the front. Look at her. She is ready. And yeah, this is big. This is big. I was a little jealous when I saw it. I was like, oh, look at that, man. Got this freaking first-person shooter game.
They pulled it off because it was like, oh man, it's first person. What are they doing here? You can't do first-person platforming, and they freaking pulled it off.
I wasn't attached to Metroid, so that got lost on me. Anything of people complaining about that or something. Well, of course, my friends weren't into it like that either. So it ain't like I was talking to anybody complaining about that. And the magazines I read, I don't remember. It wasn't a big article of like discussion on that. I didn't have message boards to go. I didn't read message boards back then, so I had no way of knowing how people felt about Metroid Prime. I mean, this is just like with Metal Gear Solid 2. I had no idea people were really upset that Raiden was the main character.
Yeah.
Until later on in my life, when I started talking to people about it, and they were like, "Yeah, man, I used to hate that Raiden." Like, say they did Raiden. I was like, "What? Y'all did?" For some reason I didn't get attached to Snake. Like, I mean, I like Snake, but it was the same game to me. It was just this other dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was a nice twist. Honestly, I was like, "Oh, it was a nice twist," but it was the same game. I said, "Oh, I'm not gonna play Snake in the rest of the games." I mean, I'm still having fun, so I don't know. But yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a big deal. So yeah, looking back, I can see like people being like, "Holy shit, what the fuck are they doing? Why are they making this game a first person? Not even like third person. Not even like a third person 3D game. They made it first person." So yeah, I could definitely see that now. But man, it turned out to be pretty damn good. People really loved it, except for Nintendo after 3, because apparently they just didn't want to do it no more, and they wanted to do Metroid Fun Buddies, whatever the hell that game was on 3DS. What the hell was that game called?
It's Future Force or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Future Foundation, Foundation Force.
They did some 2D ones, but it's like I feel like there could have been more Metroid games. I ain't gonna say no. I'm not gonna get mad. It's like Metroid Prime games, but I'm a little upset that there's not more just Metro games like Metroid side-scrolling game. I feel like there could have been quite a few more of those. All right. So, is anything else on this title I read? No, nothing up here. Just NBA, NHL, sports games. Okay. So, they're just trying to get you to buy some sports games, Daniel. You ain't buying enough of them on that system. All right.
That was when I was buying the most of them.
PlayStation Magazine, the unofficial PlayStation Magazine. What we got here in the front? Here we go. We got Mortal Kombat Diddy Alliance. Holy shit. Yes, and I had this game. I did not give this game its proper due. I had this game. I probably played it 10 times. Like, I actually turned it on.
Yeah.
But I did not. It just didn't. I think I was so focused on Grand Theft Auto. I was focused on Grand Theft Auto. I was focused on Ratchet and Clank. There's probably some other games out there too that I wasn't able to really put my time in Mortal Kombat, the Alliance. So I never got to appreciate it. Like, I didn't play it enough to say I hated it, and that was it. Like, I just got the game, and like that was the last Mortal Kombat I got until 9.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. No, I didn't. Yeah, that's right. I didn't get the Mortal Kombat versus DC. I got that later. I got that after 9 because that was super cheap. But yeah, seeing Sub-Zero up here, and who does he got in there? Who's that? Looks
like maybe Scorpion or some unknown ninja.
Yeah, but because I only say Scorpion because he got pupils.
Yeah,
yeah.
Might be generic Lin Kuei or whatever ninja.
Yeah, they got 26 new games rated. Kingdom Hearts 100% completion. So yes, learn how to beat the game in here. WrestleMania, Def Jam Wrestling, WWE SmackDown 4. Oh yeah, Def Jam coming, man.
Jam was amazing.
GTA Vice City, Devil May Cry 2. So disappointing. Contra. My friend did get that game. It was hard as shit. Plus Shinobi, another hard game. Robotech Battle Cry, James Bond, 007 Nightfire, Ratchet and Clank, W2K3, Indiana Jones. Reveal, Capcom's top secret new fighting game.
I don't know. Wonder what that was.
I don't know. Damn, I can't think of it. We gotta buy the magazine and find out. All right, so
to eBay.
Electronic Gaming Monthly. And now we see Halo 2 on the front, world exclusive, info and screens. I mean, this is huge. The sequel to one of the best and first Xbox games, man. Getting that sequel, like this is the first time I ever seen a game made such a huge deal through marketing.
Yeah,
like even Grand Theft Auto. I wonder what is the amount of marketing they actually did.
They didn't need it. They just had word of mouth after 3. It was literally just.
They were like quick commercials or something. Or after like the reviews came out, you saw a commercial might say like, hey, reviews. And that was it. It was nothing like in your face like, oh, get the Gatorade Grand Theft Auto drink or something like that. It was nothing like that. Like Halo.
Get your Crystal Pepsi Grand Theft Auto edition from the 80s.
Yeah. Like, and maybe even probably can't because of how adult it is, even though Halo 2 is mature also, but people, they can go with that. Gosh, killing
you're shooting
aliens. Exactly. You're not shooting hookers. But I think some of those aliens were hookers, Daniel.
They might have been. Yeah. They get to make the choices for themselves.
Yeah. All right. So what we have here? Oh, so Metro Prime and Fusion previewed inside. Yo, so Metro Prime came out. The Metro Prime came out this year, right?
Yeah.
So
it comes out next week, and so does Fusion. I think they came out the same week.
And then you have like Halo, another big first. Yeah, there was some man. This was a huge year. Even though last year, I still think 2001 is still the better year. As far as all the games, but you know what? I kind of want to do a thing of test, like putting a chart of each one to see who was better. But I always had 2001 as one of my top years, like 2001, 2007.
All right, Dominic, we're doing a bracket.
Yeah, we do that later. All right. So let's got the Halo 2 world exclusive influence screens, online play, Humans versus Covenant. Yeah, that was huge. This is the first time Halo gets to be played online, and I mean that was really popular. That was popular as hell.
Say the least.
New weapons, vehicles, and aliens. The best graphics of any game ever. They said.
Woo!
It's like ever. And plus 10 secrets you still don't know about Halo 1.
Oh, snap.
Also, 25 reasons you'll love Grand Theft Auto Vice City. 25? Really? 5 reasons you won't? That mission's got to be one of them, right, Daniel?
Yes, helicopter controls.
Ultimate TV setups. Oh, yes.
I would love to see what the TV setups from this magazine are. Fucking 35-inch CRT.
Yeah, and I mean, the early HDs were just so... I'll be surprised they had them.
Yeah.
In that. Because, I mean, they were out. This is 2002. But it was so rare. Mm-hmm. And expensive. Like, I didn't even know what HDTV was. The first time I ever heard HDTV was on a Simpsons reference. And that was when, like, what's it, Comic Book Man? I think he said something like, trying to get the government to hurry up and get HDTV to be... somebody said that. It probably was a Comic Book Man, but somebody said something about, like, getting the government off their ass. No, it was a guy with glasses. I don't know if he has a name. If he has a name, I never knew it. It's a guy with glasses who works at the nuclear power plant, and he said something like getting the government's asses off and get HD TVs out there. That's the first time I ever heard the term, and I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Devil May Cry 2, the $200 Xbox game. Oh, Steel Battalion. Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's worth every dollar, Daniel.
I'm sure.
Because you get to move a real robot and blow up people. Yep. All right, so let me see.
You're fighting an actual war somewhere in some country you don't know the name of.
Yep. You're doing what was that movie called? Toys? The Robin Williams one? I think that's what it was. Those toys the kids were playing.
Oh, is that what it was?
And they were actually controlling some type of military equipment in real life. And
I don't know that I ever knew that's what Toys was about. Holy crap.
I believe that's what was like. That was the antagonist. What he wanted to do with the toy factory, I guess. I mean, I vaguely remember Toys. Like, I honestly don't know what did Robert Williams own a toy factory? Was he like a Willy Wonka of toys or something? I have no idea.
That's what I always thought.
But I'm guessing. I think this guy was the competition. I'm not sure how. I mean, I haven't seen. I'm going by memories of when I was like whatever age that movie came out. But I do remember something along those lines that you were controlling. That those kids were controlling the real thing, but they were playing video games. And I was thinking that too. I was like, oh man, what if I really am controlling some plumber and just jumping on these fucking Goombas somewhere? It's like he's jumping on people. He's just I'm controlling an Italian plumber in Italy somewhere. He's just jumping on people. Toys
came out in 1992, Dominic. So there you go. 30 years.
Oh my fucking God. God damn. All right, so that is it for the covers, man. So I guess we'll take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. And now we're going to get to the gaming news. What we got, Dan?
All right, Dominic. So, turns out I'm not ready. First up, we have Somerville, the game from Jump Ship, the studio founded by Dino Patti, the former CEO of Playdead. We talked about that kind of split when it happened. Him and a couple other people went to do their own thing called the Jump Ship, which is very seemingly telling. But their new game, Somerville, is coming out November 15th to Game Pass. Right now, it's exclusively on Xbox and PC. That is the one we've seen trailers for, of basically the family running from an alien invasion, very much Inside, or the other one style. I'm excited for that, Dominic. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm excited too, and I'm glad it's coming to Game Pass for me to try it out.
Absolutely. I don't have it as news on here, but also Monkey Island is coming to Game Pass this month.
Yes, I saw that.
That's the thing already.
Yeah.
It felt like that had Game Pass written all over it, so that's kind of why I held off, getting it. In other kind of Xbox news, we have Age of Empires 2, the definitive edition, and Age of Empires 4 coming to Xbox sometime in 2023. The 31st of January is when 2 will be out, and then sometime later that year is when
Age of Empires 2, like remastered?
Definitive edition, yeah. Basically a remaster of it.
I thought they came out with that already. I thought that was just one?
That's what they want you to believe, Dominic. I don't know, to be honest with you.
I thought they were just working on 4. I thought they finished with the other ones.
Nope. Gotta get around to it eventually. Yeah, so Age of Empires. They also talked about, I think, Age of Mythology possibly doing a similar thing, but no concrete details on that at this time. Something else coming in 2023, we have Fallout 4 getting a quote-unquote next-gen update for PS5 and Xbox Series consoles, so slightly improving the graphics and things of that nature. So we got that going on.
Yeah, okay. See? Age of Empires Definitive Edition is out. So what'd you say is coming on?
Age of Empires 2?
Yeah.
You're saying Age of Empires 1 or 2 is out?
Okay, Age of Empires 2 is out.
Okay. Is it just out on PC potentially? I think that's what it is. Sorry. I think it's that it was just out on PC and now it's coming to Xbox consoles.
Oh, okay. And it's going to be on the cloud too?
That I'm not sure about.
Yeah, because all of them are out except 4. Well, 4 has the anniversary edition, but I think there might be a better edition than this one because let's say definitive edition. But maybe that is. I have no idea. But yeah, the other, because I was about to say, because I could have sworn I saw like all of them were out already, like definitive editions. Okay, so it's just Xbox players can play them.
Yes.
I wonder how that game would be played with the controller.
And I think that's probably why it took so long for them to come out on those consoles, right? Is like figuring out how to do that. But like they made Halo Wars work on there.
Yeah, but that was made. I didn't even see it. I didn't know there was a PC version for that game.
There wasn't until 2, right?
Yeah, and I think they end up making a PC version of because they had the definitive edition of 1.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah.
I know those games can work, but they're made differently, and also like the camera's angle is also like it's closer because you're looking at it from a TV perspective, not a monitor. Right. You get to change it up, and that's like I don't mind those games. I wish all those games used to come on consoles back in the day, but it's just that they sometimes some of these games they would just put on a console and they look just like the PC, and I'm like, oh man, this is too small. It's like this looks too weird on my TV. Like this text is too small. Like it needs to be made bigger. Yeah,
I think they'll figure something out. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, I want that. What minute? So is Age of Empires 1 already out on the Xbox Definitive Edition?
I don't know. Let's see.
Because then I'll just try that one and see how that looks.
Let's see. Age of Empires franchise. PC Game Pass. Yeah, I'm only seeing the original on PC Game Pass right now.
Okay, so they're skipping 1 and going to 2. Probably for the best because it's probably just so old. Yeah. Hell, I'm surprised they even doing 2. They should just do 3 or 4 or something, man.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Dominic. Next up, we've got Atomic Hearts. That finally has a release date. It is not going to make it out this year, but will be releasing on February 21st of 2023. I forget about this game
all the time, but after seeing it and the gameplay, see that gameplay? That it looked pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I want to see what that game ends up being because it's always looked kind of like a mix of BioShock and the one that I constantly can never remember, Singularity.
Yeah.
That one. So I'm excited to see what this ends up being.
It does. And that enemy that was fighting there kept comparing it to the Incredibles. Ball, that big roly, round ball thing, because it looked just like it. I mean, it acted just like it, but it looked good. I mean, I like how all the debris and stuff was all splashing all around, like when it was bouncing on the ground and stuff. Yeah, that fight was, I was like, man, graphically, it looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited about that game. All right, in some other news, we have a game that will not be releasing, but in Japan, the Callisto Protocol, the Dead Space-like game that's coming out in a few weeks here, will not be releasing in Japan because it was unable to achieve an age rating by CERO, the Japanese equivalent of the ESRB. They basically said, we're not going to put the work into making it, toned down, to which all the people on the internet are like, oh my goodness, they're fighting against censorship. Wow, they're amazing. It's like, yeah, whatever. I was thinking like they make some type of deadline. I was like, can they just go late then?
But are you saying that they like their content? They would have to change some of their content in the game.
They would have to change content.
That's understandable.
There's a level of gore that apparently is maybe a little too much. So yeah,
that is weird though. I wonder what kind of gore is it that is different from the Resident Evils and the what's the other Silent Hills and all those other Japanese horror type of games that gets pretty gory.
Yeah, I don't know. But at least we live in a worldwide market where if you're in Japan, you can import a game like this probably relatively easy.
Oh yeah.
But they've already said the Japanese language will stay.
With the incestual stuff though.
They love Game of Thrones with that. Yeah. All right. In some other news, Dominic, we got EA signing a 3-game deal with Marvel. We already know about the one game that is the Iron Man game. We've also heard rumors of a Black Panther game, so that is separate from the one made by Skydance Studios that is the Black Panther Captain America game. So there's still kind of one out there that we don't know about. Some people, I think, have speculated that third game could be a second Iron Man game, depending on the sales of that first one, how that's received. Because we're already talking about like Iron Man doesn't come out until like 2024. Then we'd be talking about Black Panther in like 2025 at the earliest, probably 6. So, by then you could absolutely be talking about a sequel to Iron Man coming out following that. So, yeah, I mean, as long as it's not an exclusive deal, I'm absolutely fine with that. I got no problem with it. EA has produced some all right single-player games. Well, at least one all right single-player game recently in Jedi Fallen Order. So hopefully they continue that trend, and as long as other studios can make games and it's not locked down like Star Wars where they weren't even making games, then I'm perfectly fine with that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm fine. I know some people are like, oh, what EA has done, but it's like they done some good too. I mean, they did have, like you said, they had Jedi Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, you can say like, well, they did the Battlefronts though, and then they had that studio cancel their game, and they did. But so give me a studio then. I was like, give me what other studio want? Like, I don't know
Nintendo, of any, just Nintendo.
No. I just feel like that stuff it happens, but I'm just happy that it's being made, and there's a chance it could be good, there's a chance it could be bad, but I'm just hopeful that we'll get something good that comes out of it. So I'm hopeful that they do make a decent game out of it. I mean, Absolutely. Look at what Spider-Man has done, Insomniac with Spider-Man, and look at what Square Enix has done to know what not to do. So from there,
yes,
and go from there.
Yep. All right, Dominic, and some other news. We got The Witcher is being remade in Unreal Engine 5. Apparently, CD Projekt Red is working with Fool's Theory, who had previously provided support on games like Divinity Original Sin 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and Outriders.
I gotta get a new video card.
Yeah,
I got a new PC.
I was gonna say, yeah, at that point, because if you bought a modern video card, then it would just be bottlenecked by your CPU and everything. So yeah, it's getting to be time that it would be a full. But I don't know how much you follow that stuff. Like the Nvidia just announced their latest graphics cards. It sounds like for the past couple of years now that the Nvidia CPUs are kind of the way to go with that stuff. Do you have any idea what direction you would go?
No idea, Daniel. I look at what's the cost and I see, can I afford it? And right now it's not looking that good. So
right now you're looking at Steam Deck.
Yeah, I'm mostly looking at that. Yeah. I mean, if anything, maybe I'll probably go that route. But I do want a PC. But yeah, if I was going for a game route and still be able to play the games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
PC gaming is just getting so expensive, like even compared to what it used to be. We used to look at like $600 graphics cards as the high end, and now you're looking at $1,500 graphics cards. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. God, these damn PC commercials. I gotta change the channel.
Yeah. Don't fall for it, Don. Don't fall for it. All right, Dominic. Then the big news we got this week, PlayStation VR 2 has a launch date. It's coming out February 22nd at a whopping $550 or $600 if you want to get the Horizon game along with it bundled in there. I was not really expecting the price to be this high. Well, yeah,
okay.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting the price to be this high.
I'm confused. What's this what's the price of what?
PlayStation VR 2.
Okay. I'm sorry. I misheard you. All right, because I just yeah. I heard that. So you said what's the final price of it?
$550 or $600 bundled with the Horizon game.
All right. And I sent you that tweet showing like a person licking boot or something.
Oh yeah.
Did you? Yeah. Because there is quite a few people who are very arguing like this is like how fine this is. Now I'm not saying hey they're like they're explaining it like because of the technology.
Yeah, the specs of it.
But here's the thing: you talk about consumers here. They don't give a shit how good you can say it's the best thing. It will be the best thing that you'll see in 20 years, and you get it for this price. And like I don't give a shit. I want to be able to just afford it and pay for it, and know that you're going to support it. And because it's very expensive, no matter how you slice it, it's very expensive. And then when you got a darn Oculus, which is they went up in price a bit, but it's still less than that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why? You just saying it's better graphics? That's not for normal people like my sister or something like that. They ain't gonna give a damn. They're gonna see the price. Like, is it worth it? And then it's like, wait a minute. So is it? They're gonna be like, well, is it wireless? It's like, no. You have to have a PlayStation 5, and it's like, oh, so I have to get a PlayStation 5 too to play it. That's a barrier.
Yeah, which people are going to be like, oh, well, I already own a PlayStation 5. It's like, yeah, sure, that's fine, but some people that might want to buy this thing don't.
I mean, that is a big price point. I mean, fine. Look, if that is okay, like they won't have, like, how many install? I don't know how many installs they would need to feel like, hey, this is proper to go on.
Yeah,
like I have no idea. So maybe they don't need like a big huge install base, like some people maybe imagining. So I just feel like it's a niche thing, and there's good, and hopefully good things come for those people who get it. Because I don't see me getting this in my lifetime, honestly. Like I don't see me paying, like I see me getting maybe a PS5, but I don't see me paying that much more for a PSVR. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, because you're talking about more than the console costs for this PSVR.
And unless I won this Powerball, I didn't check. Unless I won that, and then it ain't fucking happening.
Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy thing to me. And I was saying it before, there was much talk about this, but I thought they were going to have to compete with the Oculus Quest. Like, that to me is the baseline for consumers. But not only is it the baseline for consumers, it comes with the headset, comes with the controllers, but it's wireless, so that's a plus on its side. But it also has to contain the hardware to run the games. So I thought, specs, whatever, out the window, that the cost of that would be enough to kind of need Sony to be in that same ballpark, or allow Sony to be in that same ballpark. And for that not to be the case, I know people are out there saying, it's only $50 more than the PSVR 1. And look at the Steam, the Valve Index, stuff like that.
Yeah, they could compare it to those. I'm like, the people who got these VR headsets, the Oculus, they don't even know about those.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, the people that are saying this price is okay, I feel like have been more of the VR enthusiasts than the people that are PlayStation fans. The PlayStation fans are like, oh shit, this is expensive. It costs more than the console. Yeah. I get that, you're already bought into the VR thing. You're just looking at it from the specs and, is it comparable or possibly better than the Index? I'm not sure. The Index still uses the lighthouses, I believe. So that's a plus for the PlayStation. My thing though is you're buying this at $550 plus the cost of the PlayStation, whether you have it or not. But it doesn't have backwards compatibility. It doesn't have the previous library from the PS1 stuff. So unless you make this headset also work with PC games, which we've talked about in the past with PSVR, I would have been far more likely to buy a PSVR if it gave me the ability to play those games on the PlayStation and also from the PC. That's what some people
were saying that too. Yeah.
Because the Quest gives you that option. All you need is a USB cable, and if you already have a PC, argument.
Because they're saying like the Quest games aren't like say graphically like they're not that great. Man, the guy was selling, and I told him say, well, if you do have a PC, you have the ability to do that. If you care about that, because at that point, then I mean, you're in the same situation, but it's actually cheaper than like the PS5 because this it's like you have to get PS5 to play that. So that is another $500. Depending on how you look at it. Like someone said, maybe the PS5 is the peripheral that you need to for this. So it's
what are supplies going to look like? You still can't necessarily walk into a store or check a website and get a PS5 right off the bat. Are you going to be able to by the time this thing comes out? And then further to that, are you going to be able to do that with one of these headsets? I can't even pre-order one on Sony's website right now. I have to register and then maybe I'll get picked to be lucky enough to give them my $550 to buy this thing. So it's like, I don't know, man. I've seen some people kind of speculate that this could go the Kinect route of like the first one sold extremely well. The second one came out with much improved technology, but people were kind of over the gimmick and it didn't do it for people anymore. So I wonder if we could see that happen with this PlayStation VR.
Yeah, it's yeah, I was about to say it's like super expensive. It's like to the point where we'll talk about the games that come out and say, hey, it looks pretty impressive. But
hoping we will. I mean, otherwise that means they just got shit games. But
darn, man, that would be unfortunate. That'd be really unfortunate if that was the case.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing though. They're starting from brand new. They need to build an incredible library very quickly to justify $550 in addition to your either already purchased console or the console that you're going to have to buy to get there.
I mean, it's hard to get any console right now.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I'm going on Amazon. I'm just looking for Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Any Xbox One. And the ones I see is all like renewed.
Yeah. I mean, I can't help but wonder if like they just aren't producing the ones anymore. Like your best bet is looking for a Series S.
Oh no, I know that. I'm just saying that as like, if you're not, I'm not seeing the Series X that easily either. But let me see Series S. But it's just that you're not seeing anything really. Yeah, Series S. I can't even. Can I click on this? Oh, okay, I can click on this. This is, wait a minute, don't trick me. Don't trick me. Okay, I can get this. This is free delivery November 15th. Okay, I think this is the first time, ever since I've been up here, because I don't really go looking for this, but that I can actually pick this up for $288.98.
Which
look, that's a deal.
Regular price is $300, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not bad.
But it's a potato, Daniel. You're buying a $288.98 potato.
Yes, buying a potato. Yeah, and I guess I didn't have it on the news, but while we're talking about the price of that thing, Phil Spencer was out there basically saying, we may have to raise the price of stuff eventually, but right now we're just trying to make it through the holiday season, which, I mean, I don't know if they would go the route of increasing the price of the consoles themselves the way Sony has in territories other than the United States. But like, I can very easily see them raise the price of Game Pass subscriptions. And depending on how much they increase it by, I could see them doing that without too much stink, especially as they roll out like the family sharing plans, I wonder when they kind of counterbalance those things. I still wonder, because every time I look it up, it's always like, oh, they're doing testing in Ireland and somewhere else. It's like,
fucking Irish.
What do you need to test about? Like
the fucking leprechauns, they don't play Xbox.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the sad reality of what we're dealing with nowadays. It seems like is prices on everything are going to go up, wages are going to continue to stagnate, and here we are, in a recession, I guess. So meanwhile, these companies are seemingly making record profits in a lot of cases. So
yeah,
fuck them.
Well, fuck us, I guess.
It's definitely fuck us. Yeah.
All right, so what else we got, man? Other news we got?
All right. No other news, just, our monthly, because it is the beginning of the month, Games for Gold. We got Dead End Job. That is a twin sticks co-op ghost busting game.
I want some happy news, and you just tell me Dead End Job. I mean, what the fuck, man?
And then...
wait a minute. This is one of those things where you got to look at, like, the times and, like, you know what? Maybe this game is not good.
Maybe we don't make this game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got Terrarians HD Remastered.
Job to play Dead End Job. I mean, come on, man. That's crazy.
That is a real-time strategy game. They're trying to be funny and cute, Dominic. It's Dead End Job because you're hunting ghosts, Dead End. But yeah, it doesn't work because everyone is in a job they hate nowadays.
Well, I want to see what this Praetorians look like.
It basically looks like Age of Empires.
Oh, yes, it does.
So you can try this out and see if this works well on the Xbox.
Oh, it is on X. Oh, okay.
Yep. And then see how Age of Empires will be.
Oh, it was on PC for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully they did a decent job on it.
And then for PlayStation Plus, you have Neo 2, Heavenly Bodies, and Lego Harry Potter Collection. So, not a bad selection there for PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I'm not. No, I'm thinking. You said Games for Gold. I was thinking just new releases or something.
Oh yeah. No.
All right.
Yep. This is Games for Gold.
But Neo 2. Wow, that's pretty good. Heavenly Bodies. I don't know what the hell that is.
It's like you're out in space floating around and you use like different, it's kind of like Octodad where you you use different buttons to control different extremities, and you're kind of floating around trying to do puzzle solving.
Well, it was the game we played was side scrolling, but what was it called? With
shit, what is that game called? Oh, what is it? Text her back, find out. Manual Samuel, Dominic.
Yeah, Manual Samuel.
Manual Samuel.
Right. That's what he was trying to do. What, a manual, right?
Yep. He was just trying to do a manual into an ollie kickflip or whatever. All right. So yeah, that is that game was awesome. Check that out if you haven't played it. Heavenly Body seems all right. Lego Harry Potter Collection seems all right if you're into playing Lego games or Harry Potter games. All right, and those are your PlayStation Plus games for this month. We also have new releases, Dominic. We got Sackboy, A Big Adventure, now out on the PC. Hot PlayStation exclusive.
Go see some sacks, man. Yo.
Yeah, boy. Don't type that into the browser. All right, we also have Resident Evil Reverse for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. That is the multiplayer situation.
Yeah, you put that name Reverse Sackboy in reverse, that's probably get arrested or something.
Goodness gracious. We got Bayonetta 3, Dominic, now out on the Nintendo Switch. I think that game is scoring decently, but nothing like blowing anybody's skirt up, apparently. We also have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for the PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series consoles. It seems like that's an all-right one. Looks good.
Oh, okay.
We have Ghost Song, which you mentioned earlier. That's now out on the PC. Iron Man VR is now out on the Quest.
Yeah, I saw that. Mm-hmm.
And Harvest Stella, the Square Enix take on the farming simulator / RPG, is now out on the PC and Nintendo Switch.
I saw that. And there was another farming game I felt like that came out. But see, I don't know if it came out or something, or just mentioned.
Like early access or something, maybe somewhere.
Yeah, farming. Let me see real quick. Where did I see it at? I think it's all up here. Doraemon, Story of Seasons.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay? Okay. Did it come up with some DLC? Is that what it is? Is that
no? I think that game came out. I just didn't have it on my list because I looked over it and I went, "Oh, Doraemon." That's the Harvest Moon, but with Doraemon, the Japanese character that looks like a big blue cat.
Yeah. Okay. But it been on PC. It just come out on Nintendo. No, it came on Nintendo. And when did it come out on the Switch?
I don't know because the website, the wiki here says October 11th, 2019. What the fuck?
That must be. Is that Japan only or something?
I don't know because on the regular wiki on the release page wiki, it's got it as November 2nd on Windows, Switch, and PS5.
Okay.
But then when it just click through, it doesn't show anything. So
there you go. You got the battle of the
farming sims.
Farming sims has begun.
Yep.
It has begun.
Meanwhile, you still got Disney's Dreamlight Valley out there, people. Yeah.
But I'm looking at these early reviews of this. Well, not early reviews, but this could be from the 20. See, I don't know. Like, cause I'm seeing some reviews right here in the Metacritic. I'm assuming this is recent. No, see, this is what PS4. Well, that's the Nintendo Switch. 75 out of 100 on Metacritic right now. So not great, but I don't think the other one got that weird scores either. I don't think the other one got like superior score. Harvestella. I think because I looked that up. I forgot what it was. Harvestella review. Let's see where you at. Ooh, Steam doesn't like it.
Yeah,
give it a 6 out of 10. And it's too early to see right now because the Wikipedia is still a little small. So
Metacritic doesn't have much of anything either.
Yeah, I guess
got a 6.3 user review.
Oh, that's not good.
So, yep. All right, Dominic, how are you feeling? Next week is Sonic. You think Sonic's going to be good?
I think it might end up being people might be giving a higher score just because of the hate. I think they're going to get a higher score. I think it's all politics, Daniel.
IGN is 100% giving this game a good score, Dominic. I'm calling it now.
Wow, they had like a big...
Because they had all that coverage on them.
Oh, the coverage? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. That game is good at minimum an 8 on IGN.
Oh, yeah.
At minimum. But, yeah, I mean, I want to try it, but I'm damn sure I ain't going to pay you to try it. They better have a damn demo. On top of they need to stop that.
How soon will this game come to Game Pass?
Hold up. Did PlayStation already implement that demo thing?
I don't think so.
For games? Okay.
Yeah, what happened to that? What happened to forcing people to make demos? They also had like 6 months to release the demo or something like that, so...
Yeah, I guess we'll see. So yeah, it's been 6 months even from the announcement of them saying that. So yeah,
man, Sonic Frontiers versus God of War Ragnarok. I know those audience aren't like a straight up bubble, but also, man, it's gonna be a rough week for Sonic. I feel like. All right, Dominic, you got anything else for the people?
Nah, I'm good, man.
All right. Thank you guys as always for listening. You can check us out on Twitter. Dominic is at DStallworth5. I'm at Regulus MB. The podcast is at Superpod, SUPAPOD. Superpod.com is the website. You can check us out there. It has links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and all the places that you listen to audio podcasts. And until next time, guys, talk to you later.
All right, see you.